Yo, what's up? Not on stream. Not on stream. Yo, what's up? Sorry. I'm not 100% sure. Cause yeah, you're not. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we can hear the gameplay just fine. We just can't hear you. Yeah, you're not. Sorry, brother. Yeah, we can hear the gameplay just fine. We just can't hear you. Here, I'll check it. Sorry, brother. Yeah, I am. Here, I'll check it. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. It's all good. Here, I gotta mute my audio because I don't want it playing back to the stream. Hello, chat. I gotta mute my audio. I am Shy Guy Dude, one of Led's friends. I will host you in the meantime because I'm so talented. No, I'm kidding. I will host you. I'm chilling. I'm your background noise. No, I'm kidding. You want me to sing the SpongeBob theme song to entertain them? You want me to sing the SpongeBob theme song to entertain them? My goodness. Ugh, my back hurts. My goodness. So it's not showing up. You can't change your microphone or anything. You don't got a different mic. So it's not showing up. You can't change your microphone or anything. You don't got a different mic. So it's not showing up. With the stream settings. Okay. That's weird. With the stream settings. Okay. I'm trying to think. Because it's been a long time since I've streamed on YouTube. I don't remember all the settings, and they probably changed it. I'm trying to think. Because it's been a long time since I've streamed on YouTube. I don't remember all the settings, and they probably changed it. Here, I'll troubleshoot with you. But here, I'll troubleshoot with you. Did you check your configuration in your audio tracks within OBS? Did you check your, it's all fine. Configuration in your audio tracks within OBS? Did you check it's all fine? Yeah. In your audio tracks within OBS? It's all fine. Yeah. 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 Start. Yeah, just fiddle with it. Yeah. Around with the track. Is it gonna ruin it if you do? Yeah, just fiddle with it. Around with the track. Oh, that's weird. Is it gonna ruin it? What if you stop streaming? Maybe you need to. Yeah. Sorry, stream. Sorry, stream. What if you stop streaming?
Let's test this. Let's see if this works. No, I think now only my microphone is going to go through because I can only select one track at a time for some reason. You guys can't hear my game now, right? No, I can hear it coming through the stream now. So I know what the problem. I know what the problem is. In the OBS output settings, under the streaming settings category, I can specify the audio track, but I can only pick one of them, even though I have one audio track configured for my game audio and the other one for my microphone. I don't know why I can't select multiple. Yeah, I guess I'll have to sacrifice that, yeah. Unless someone during the stream can tell me how to fix it. Yeah, I used Streamlabs, the actual application, when I did streams before, but now I'm using the Streamlabs plugin because I already have my filters and everything in OBS, and I don't want to have to so yeah, thank you, Jiffy. If you can figure that out, that'll be great. All right, well, I guess we'll get started with the actual stream now, since you can hear me. So for this stream, this is going to be different than my past streams. Usually I'd be playing on a custom map or something. We'd be having a silly event, seasonal, whatever. But in the spirit of what this channel is all about, I'd like to have this stream be about analyzing TF2 maps. So any questions you guys have about a particular map or a specific thing within the source engine, just ask and I'll answer it. And I also have Hammer open right here. So I have all of the Valve map VMFs in Hammer, so we can take a deep dive into specific things if we want. That sound good? And last thing, I will be giving away these Rock 005 signs. Pretty cool. So there's going to be 5 of them given away, and I'm going to give away this hot dogger, which is the same hot dogger that I'm wearing right now. So Pyro wears it, Heavy wears it, everyone except Demo wears this hot dogger, so I'll be giving that away as well. And I'll sign everything that I give away. We're going to have the giveaway through manco.store. The way it's going to work is I'm going to make the giveaway a piece of refined metal. Whoever wins, message me on Discord, and I will directly send you the item. Just because I want to add a little layer of protection and make sure that you're actually like here and you're not a bot or whatever. I'll send a link, or I guess I could try to do it now. Yeah, I'll set up the giveaway links now. So the first one, the giveaway will be an hour long. We'll do that. Wait. Yep, see ya. Just give me a second. Okay. I'm gonna post these in the chat. That's the first one is for the signs, or will be for the signs. The second one will be for the hot dogger. So right now they're just refined metal because again, I just want to manually check the account before I actually give any items. All right. So I'm going to start off the stream by giving a Dustbowl tour. Go ahead and mute the stream. All right. Oh, Jiffy said something. Advanced audio property settings. Oh, I see. I see. Hold up. Okay. Okay. I think my game audio should be going through now, hopefully. Awesome. Thanks, Jiffy. You're a lifesaver. All right. So, starting with Dustbowl, you can already find problems in the spawn room. There are places where the displacement or world geometry does not actually seal the room. So here, there I believe is some no draw visible. And with no draw, you can actually see through it. Hence the name no draw. There's also a crack right here where the displacement on the right is just not sewn with the displacement on the left. And so you get this. You can see through into the no draw that lies above it. You've also got light leaks right here. So you see this bit of light that's coming from there's a skybox brush actually right here. And skybox brushes not only seal the map, but they emit light specified by the light environment entity. So what's going on here is there's a skybox brush behind this displacement on the ceiling, and it's casting light on this wall, and the light is bleeding through the displacement. So this can just be fixed by cleaning up the skybox, making sure that it's either covered by no draw or some other brush that blocks light, or just removing the skybox altogether, because there's no reason to have a skybox brush right here. And then further down this hallway, I made a video about this, or I made a short. I either made a short about it or I talked about it in a video. This minecart right here, because I actually disabled LODs. So LODs are when a model has multiple resolutions, essentially. So there's multiple files made up of different poly counts, so more or less vertices for performance. So when far away, you load in a less detailed version of the model, and when you go up close, you see the full highest resolution one. I actually learned about a command and enabled it to where I'm always rendering the most detailed models or versions of models that have LODs, because TF2 is a pretty lightweight game if you have a modern system, and I don't need to have LODs anyway. So I actually don't have that problem right now to show you, but I did cover it in a video under TF2's default settings. So that's almost everything to do with this spawn room. There is another thing. There's a little pixel walk on this displacement right here. I'm sure, yeah, there we go. I stood on it for a second. And there's actually plenty of those. I can't do it because they're trying to jump on it, but I'm sure if you've played Dustbowl, you've seen people kind of floating off the ground a little bit here. This is because the displacement seams, or there's like a wireframe line or whatever that's right here, and you can actually stand on those depending on whether the displacement is vertical enough. It's a little weird, and I've talked about it in my TF2's displacement problem video that you can learn more about. But I'm gonna go soldier for this next bit. If you're on red, when the door opens, you can actually shoot. Let me disable glow. Why do I hear... Is that me? Who is that? Yo, who's making that air falling sound? I don't know. But you can shoot through this crack between this post on the left and the displacement on the right. It's really good for spawn trapping, especially if you have a crits medic. Because your rockets go right into where they spawn. So just thought everyone should know about that. There is also something that I actually need to restart the game to show you guys this. So 1 second while I go into the console to restart the round.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
This is actually kind of nuts, and I don't know if anybody's ever talked about it before. So I'm going to enable a sniper rifle. And let's go ahead and bring... Let's bring someone on red here. Let me just stop the setup time. All right. So there's a scout standing right here in front of the spawn door. You can actually... Check this out. This might be difficult with them pushing me, but... You can actually... You see, I just shot some dirt for a second right there. It's a little difficult. But there is a very tiny gap. That... Be easier if I go here. Oh, there we go. All right. Come on, it's right there. All right, I just gotta get this once. This is very tricky. Almost had it there. Well, I mean, you get the idea. You can actually, there's a tiny gap, and I'm gonna pull this up in Hammer to show you guys, just so that you know I'm not making this up. So here is the door, and I'm gonna go ahead and hide all of the trigger brushes. I'm gonna hide the frame, and you can see right here, I'm gonna get really close. You see that little bit of sky right here? Or is my game... Hammer's not open? All right, 1 sec. I'll change it to... One sec. All right. All right, now it's showing Hammer. Now it's showing Hammer. So this is the door. I went ahead and hid all of the trigger brushes here. And I hide the frame because the door frame doesn't have any collisions. It's just for cosmetics. And I come in really close here, and you can see a little bit of the background here. You see there's a tiny, tiny gap. And you can actually shoot the sniper rifle, and technically you could probably shoot the original through it as well and direct hit someone standing on the other side. It's so difficult to line up though, because you have to be standing in just the right position and looking like straight ahead, that it's not practical. There is, however, a spot that is a little bit practical that I will show very, very soon. But I just wanted everyone to know about this because I've never seen anybody mention it, but it does exist. And so it is possible, if you're on blue, to snipe people through this door before the round starts. All right, I'm going to go ahead and change back to Team Fortress 2 now. And I'll pop in and out of Hammer when there's something interesting I want to share. Is that the reason Pyro can shoot through it? No. Pyro shooting through walls is... Honestly, I think it's just source spaghetti. Because I don't know if his flame particles actually travel under, or if they just somehow reach through it. No idea. But it's not how it works with Pyro. And there's actually other things that you can... But let me go ahead and show you this. You can do it on both sides. There we go. I hit that scout a little bit. And you can do it on this side as well. You can also do the kamikaze taunt, but this isn't exclusive to Dustbowl. And I've made videos about all those things, shooting through walls, so I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna go ahead and start the round. So these people can kill each other if they want or whatever, while I continue talking about the map. There is also, right here, right outside of the spawn, I like doing this sometimes. It's funny. And especially if you're a demo, it can be actually kind of useful. I'm going to hide this. So you see, I have to tab back into Hammer for this. So you see this clip brush right here. This clip brush is diagonal. This means that you can stick to it. Now, some people call it wall bugging. I like calling it wall sticking. But any brush that is diagonal like this, you know, that is not aligned with the X and Y axes, you can actually stick to. So if I go back in game, what the heck, are people winning? All right. Just give it a second.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So if I come back over here, I can actually...
Give 'em hell, boys!
I can actually stick and float. So you see I'm floating in the air. And you can do it back while facing this way as well. And so when blue rushes out when the round starts, if you're a demo, you can just sticky trap, or you're a soldier, you can just spam rockets. And you'll always get at least one person. Unless there's a pesky sniper standing right here that ruins the fun. But I still like to do it. It's fun. It's good to get reactions, you know, be like, yo guys, check me out. I'm floating up here. And people never learn how it works or why it works. But it's documented. People have known about it for quite a while, and I have made a video on it.
5, 4, 3.
I'll let them play. All right. More with this area. The infamous crack. The displacement crack right here. So right here, you can actually see into this part of Blue's spawn exit. And while you can't shoot through it because there's a no-draw brush covering it, you can see when Blue players are about to rush out, so you can get the jump on them. It's not that game-breaking. It's more of a niche thing, but I just wanted to point it out because it's kind of interesting. It also looks bad, especially if you're standing down here. Once you know this is here, you'll never not see it again when you play Dustbowl. It'll always be on your radar, and you can see it from very far away. Like, I can stand back here and see it. It's pretty bad. But again, once you notice it, it's a lot worse than it actually probably is. Moving on to this shack right here, you'll notice that there's light appearing behind the wall on this side. Why is that the case? Why is that happening here, but let's say not here? Or on the back side, or it actually is happening right here as well a little bit, but not as bad. What's going on with this shack is that this shack is not actually built out of the same material that this shack or this building is built from. This shack is a prop. So I'm going to go ahead and tab back into Hammer to show this. If I click on it, you'll see that, or I think you can only see my hammer, but when I select it, I select the entirety of it, except for the roof. The roof is made out of regular brush geometry, but this is a prop. I don't know why Valve made this a prop. It could be to avoid something called the T-junction limit, which I believe the creator of Hammer++ actually removed in some way, but I'm not going to talk about T-junctions right now. That's a little much. But the important thing is this shack right here being a model means that there is no culling, or part of it means there's no culling. Another part of it means it uses vertex lighting. So you see inside the lighting is kind of messed up. Like you see these this triangular effect or whatever. That's because of vertex lighting. Props are lit in a different way than regular brushes are. Regular brushes are lit via radiosity, which I talked extensively about in my recent video. Models, by default anyways, are lit using vertex lighting. You can use light maps, but in 99% of the time, they're not used. which light maps are what the brushes like that building over there and that one over there use. So the lighting is weird. So that's one reason why you shouldn't use props if you don't have to. Another thing with the ground, with the light coming through, this is simply because the ground is a displacement, and displacements don't get culled. So even if this was brush geometry, the displacement wouldn't be getting culled, and you would have light bleeding through, which we can actually see real quick if I jump over here. You can see the light.
Hey, Led.
Hey, what's up?
So there's apparently is your giveaway supposed to be stream only?
What do you mean
Or is it
stream
'cause
only? I posted it in the stream chat.
Okay, because I was wondering if it was to the people who were in the stream chat, because it's public to the entire website. Like, I think like 90 people are in it right now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, I thought I disabled. All right. Hold up 1 second. I'm gonna set up another one. That's hilarious that everybody...
Yeah, sorry. I thought I
Wait.
should tell you before.
Wait. Hold up. Crap. Okay, one of them. So the first one, the Rock 005 giveaway, which is for this item right here. This one,
Yeah.
there's only 6 entries. So that one I think I did correctly. I think I forgot to enable private for the
Unusual
second one. Oh my god, people are gonna be so confused. They're gonna say I'm scamming or something. Uh-oh. I apologize. I apologize. Let me go ahead and set up the actual one for
Scamming? Caught red-handed?
Yeah. Thank you.
Canceled.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was Clicks who saw it first.
Okay. Right. Right, private. Max 2 per. Oh wait. I have to deposit another, sorry guys, I have to deposit another item into the site to start the giveaway. 1 second.
Cringe. So, yeah. Are you going to put a new link in chat and everything?
Yes, I'm going to resend the giveaway, so if you want to join the other one as well, I'll repost those in chat.
Sweet. I guess people who wanted to just join the giveaway and dip are caught now, because they wouldn't afford. But yeah, that's all I wanted to point out. Sorry for interrupting stream.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Let me go ahead and change back to Team Fortress 2.
Alright, peace out, guys.
Yep. And in case he's listening to the stream as well, if there's anything weird that happens in the game or whatever, let me know as well. Right. Depositing the item right now to Manco. See, it's a good thing, guys, when you think about it. If you think me doing the giveaway with refined metal is weird, it's a good thing I did that. Otherwise, that specific giveaway, the one that's public right now, that's for the hot dogger, the unusual. So everybody would be entering that, and one of you guys actually watching the stream, I highly doubt you would win it. So it's a good thing I'm doing the refined metal. Right. Creating it now. Eligible items. Sec. Okay, there we go. All right. Manco.storage just read the item. So. Oh, great. All right, I can only create 2 giveaways per hour. You love to see it. You love to see it. Well, I'll have to figure out another way to give away that item later because I can't, you know, try to contact support right now. I'm sorry, guys, but the giveaway for these signs is live, and I will post the link to it right here. There you go. I'll figure out something else for the other one. Maybe I'll just put the giveaway up later in my Discord or whatever. So if you want to join that giveaway for the bubbling hot dogger, this guy right here, just make sure you're in my Discord, which all of you probably already are, and I'll make an announcement about that giveaway. All right. Okay. So to continue now with the stream. Okay. All right, with this area. Okay, so there are a lot, even in this area alone, there's a lot of areas where the clip brushes are weird, or where geometry is poking out, like these little wooden beams. You can stand on these. You can jump on top of them. When you're standing here, you can actually jump into this window and walk to the end, and you can snipe people coming out of there or there. You can stand on top of this. You can stand here. As demo, you can launch pipes and grenades over there. There's a weird clip brush that you can stand on in the corner right here. Enable God mode. Over here, you can actually stand. Oh, look at that. God mode disables. You can stand. Right here. This is the version of the pixel walking on displacements. You can do it right here and shoot in. You can also do it here. And they're pretty easy to get into as well. And sometimes when you're up here, people coming out won't even like see you because they're so tunnel visioned on what's happening over there that they're not going to look up. So that can be, you know, fun to do sometimes as well. You can stand on the rocks here as well as here. This rock. Yeah, just so much in this first section of Dustbowl. It's honestly crazy. And you can also jump here. You can use this if you're a spy. Let me actually switch to spy to show you guys that you can do it with him. I'll come back over here. I jump on this rock. Boom.
Well, this was a disappointment.
Not sure how practical it is. It's a little tricky to pull off, but you can do it. So if you want to do that, you can. And there's another spot right here, somewhere along this wall. I forget the exact position, but if you're a pyro, you guys will notice that you see how like my screen is kind of like jittering a little bit in this spot. There's a spot here where you can actually get stuck as pyro and then use the detonator to build up momentum, you know, a Snyro exploit. And you can shoot blue players rushing out.
5 minutes left in the
You can shoot blue players running out of spawn with it across the map. I've never seen someone do it in a game, but it is possible. And it is possible on other maps too, and there are spots people don't know about. Which is cool. So that is about everything. Oh, there's also a face hidden somewhere. Yeah, here we go. There's a face. You guys see the face right here? The 2 eyes and the mouth. Yep, there's a face hidden on Dustbowl. Don't ask how I found that. I was literally looking at every single face of every single texture and every surface in this map. Yes, I've done that. So, that is everything in this half of this stage. Moving on. Yeah, we have this issue right here. So this is different. I don't know if the ground... No, the ground, I think, is a displacement here. Even though it's not, like, deformed like displacements are, like right here, where it's sloped. You can clearly see it's sloped. Here, it's just flat. And they do that so that they can actually blend the texture. So this is one texture. It's a blend texture. So you can paint the alpha. Actually, I can probably show this to you in Hammer. So let me go over here. Yeah, this is a displacement. So you can't see the menu right now, but I select paint alpha or paint. So I can, yeah, this is just moving the displacement paint geometry. Paint alpha, you can actually see, I'm actually painting the texture or the blend onto the displacement. So that's what that's all about. And that, let me change back to TF2. There we go. So that is part of the problem here. So when this part of the because again, displacements don't get culled like normal world geometry does. They render underneath surfaces, like right here. So the light keeps getting interpolated through it and appears on the other side. This can be fixed if you go into Hammer and you actually cut and slice the displacement here and then remove it, so there's literally nothing for the light to even like be attached to while underneath. So it is fixable. It is a little annoying though. You got the barrels. Barrels aren't always destroyed. So if I go and select the sticky jumper, for instance, I can shoot the barrel. Sometimes, yeah, there we go. I knocked it over. And you can just roll the barrel around wherever you want. And while the barrel is moving, there's no collision. But then when it stops, if it stops rolling, I think I've got it in a perpetual loop. Nope, there we go. Then when it stops rolling, then you have collision. And you can use the barrel to perform various T-pose. You know, you've seen probably heavies or scouts T-posing running through the map before. There's actually an exploit where you can T-pose using the barrel, where you stand inside of the barrel and pick up an item off the ground, and then you're T-posing. I've never actually done it, I just know it exists, and that's something unique with the barrel. Alright. Another spot you can jump on right here. I just missed it. There we go. And jump on this corner. You guys already probably know this, but you can run on top of these wooden boards and use them to flank. What else? There's a weird lighting issue right here where this board is lit, but the rest of the prop is not lit. And you can fix this by using something called a lighting origin entity, where you move the prop's lighting origin, so where it gets its light from. And you can see it's very dark here. And the exact position, like its default origin, is already in an area with virtually no light. So the prop is like all messed up or whatever. So you can move the light origin with an entity in Hammer and make this illuminated. So that's one cool thing you can do when props are dark like that. They could also probably do it here, but there's a little bit of dirt on top of this minecart in the form of a displacement like here that can only be illuminated via light. So they probably would need to add another light right here or something to fix that. You got some more weird triangulation happening here, and you can also see it here. This is the same issue as earlier, where there's a light from the skybox above, or just from the surface here, because you can see there's nothing on the ground. And it hits this prop and the light, I believe just this corner of the prop or whatever has light, and then it's trying to interpolate across here, which has a completely different lighting situation going on. And the way that vertex lighting works, it's like all triangulated and stuff. It looks bad. Vertex lighting is disgusting, and we don't have that anymore in Source 2, fortunately. In Source 2, I believe models, world geometry, they're all treated the same way when it comes to light. All right. How to join the server. The IP and the password are in the description. You can join. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people in here. They're just screwing around on the next stage. I'm still back here talking about this part of the map. All right. Right here. This is actually interesting. A little fun fact. So I just no-clipped through the ceiling next to the point right here. And you can see there's actually a room up here. And it's pitch black. It's really difficult to see. But there's a little hallway back here. There's some tearing going on because there's, I believe, no draw or something. There's missing textures. But this actually used to, if I go down, you see it connects to this part of the mine. There's an entire area back here with a tunnel leading here. That's because early on in development, Valve was actually considering adding a flank route to this point through this tunnel. And they scrapped it at some point. You can actually access this area in the pre-Fortress 2 mod version of the map. And I made a video about it as well. You can actually check this out. I don't even need to talk about it. I can show you guys in Hammer. Because I have the official VMF. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that on the right side of this menu here, I'm just going to start enabling stuff. There we go. Look at that. Which one was it? There we go. Old path. Okay, so they call it old path. So there's actually models in here, a little mini ammo and health pack. There's also a staircase, I believe. Or there was a staircase or something. Or maybe there wasn't. Maybe you had to rocket jump up here or whatever. But then there was a little door. And then right here, where the skip brush is, there was just a part of the floor missing. And you could just drop right down and get to that point. How cool is that? I'm sure some of you didn't know that. But it's just fascinating to know that this area, in the official VMF, it was fully textured, fully modeled. They just scrapped it. They put it in this viz group, disabled it, went like, you know what? We're not going to have this be part of the map. And then you can still see a little bit of that in game. Even though there's nothing here anymore. That's a cool little fun fact. And I think that's it for this section. There is some weirdness, like these fences, you can collide with them because these fences have V physics enabled, which means the collision mesh associated with the fences is active, and you can see one of the boards reaches past this wall, so you can kind of get stuck on it, and it's a little annoying. It's messed me up sometimes in fights. Over here, there's just, you can see through. Alright, on to the next section. Alright, there's actually something I want to say about this spawn room. So I'm gonna go soldier. You can shoot through this crack right here. I'm gonna come back here when the next round starts and show you guys.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So, if I stand right here, you can shoot through. I'm about to die. Hold up. There we go. So you see my rocket is going through. It's easier to do when you're right up against it. I don't want to move right up against it because then I'll open the door like this. But while it's closed, you can actually shoot rockets through. You can see it's exploding. So you can come like right up against the door like this. And you can actually shoot rockets and have them land here and kill people while they're hiding in spawn. So if you're on red, or if you're on blue and red is spawning here, and you get a Kritzkrieg medic, you can run up here and shoot through the edge and kill people. Yeah. You can also do the high five taunt or flip taunt, you know, this, where if someone is standing on the inside, about like right here, I think the door needs to be... There's a way. There's a way. I've done it before. I've even made a video. I showed it in my video. But you can go into the high five taunt, and then someone on the outside who cannot, you know, just walk in, walks up, taunts, and they can actually go through. And that's because this visualizer, the brush entity responsible for not just this sign, but collisions as well, it stops like right about here, which leaves a huge gap, and you can actually take advantage of that gap and accept partner taunts through the gap. So it's very important when you're making maps that the entirety of the doorway is covered with the visualizer, just so that you don't run into the chance of, you know, being able to taunt inside of it. And sometimes you can run into an issue where, and I can actually tab back into camera right now to show you that issue. So let me go to that spawn door right now. Hide that trigger. Okay. You'll see the issue right now. Let me disable that. When I extend this, you see it's starting to repeat. And that's going to look bad in game, but I mean, that's an easy fix. All you have to do is just create another visualizer, right? Or whatever. This doesn't matter. I'm trying to show you an example without like doing it monotonously, right? Just like that. You can create another visualizer and offset the texture somewhere else with different texture coordinates and scale, and this will work just fine. There's nothing wrong with doing this. It's a little weird, but you can do this and get around it that way. Okay, let me go back into TF2 now. All right. So that's this door right here. Oh, another thing about this door. If you've played Class Wars or something and you've been spawn trapping people, you might have run into the phenomenon where if you run up to the door while it's open and then a player retreats back and closes the door, you'll kind of like go up like this and get stuck in the top, and you can shoot through it, which is pretty weird. Why do you go up if the door comes down? Hold up. That's because the door actually, it doesn't move up. Like it's not like you would think with a door where it's here by default and then it moves up when you walk into it. Because if it did that, then it would actually clip through the ceiling here and it would affect gameplay. Like there'd be collision right here, like a door popping out, which would be weird. So Valve actually made it so that the door, when it opens, it moves down into the ground. Despite the model, this model right here, making it appear like the door is moving up, the actual Funk Door entity, the one that's responsible for collision, moves down. So when the door closes, it's actually coming out of the ground and pushing you up until you hit the ceiling right here. That's why when you run into it, you chase someone into their spawn, and then the door closes, you get pushed up until you hit the top right here, and then you can shoot through it with the flamethrower. Maybe you can shoot through it with the rocket launcher, I don't remember. But yeah, it's kind of nuts. Alright, so that's that door. I hear someone skating somewhere. It's just weird. Alright, right here. This spot. Yeah, this displacement right here. I'm sure some of you already know. You can move into it. Boop. I did not use no clip. I'm just in third person. You can do this in casual servers. You can clip into it. Now you can't shoot through this because there's no draw, but you can see when people come out, like I think about here or something. And you can shoot people out of the displacement right here. They can still kill you. You're not immune because your legs are still poking out, like your body's still poking out a little bit. But it is silly to do, fun to do sometimes. Just want to have, you know, something to do. You can do that. You can stand here. It's possible. Let me resupply. It is possible to stand right here. Like fully stand there and then shoot down. But it's tricky. As for this building, okay, there's actually something cool I want to show you guys. So let me go, I'm gonna go ahead and bring someone here to demonstrate. Okay. Let's bring, alright, I'm gonna bring you, Zillow. Or I can bring you two, Dice. Oh, Dice, you're on blue, so I can't do it. Zillow's on red, so we can do it. Alright, so I want you to stand right here. Exactly. Stand right here, Zillow. Okay, now stand still. See, I just killed him through the ground with the flamethrower. This I've actually, even though it looks super weird and it seems super impractical, it actually has worked out for me quite a while. I have killed people and destroyed engineer buildings just by standing underneath, aiming just right, and shooting the flamethrower. This is an example of like shooting the flamethrower through walls, but what people don't understand is that you can do it through ceilings as well. So right here is actually a spot where you can make use of it. They're about to cap. Because engineers often place, you know, their sentry right here. So I've destroyed sentries, I've killed engineers by just standing underneath and firing my flamethrower through the roof right there, which is pretty cool. Griff, I can't go to stage 3 yet because I'm still talking about stage 2. Okay. Another thing you can do, right here, you can capture this point from underneath as blue. You do that by jumping, crouching, and letting go of crouch as you hit the ceiling. And I'm gonna go ahead and show this part in Hammer to show you why. So back in Hammer, this right here, this is the capture brush. When your bounding box enters this region, you start capturing the point. Now you can see there's a little bit of a gap between the brush and the floor. So you would think that, oh, well, they added a gap so that you can't capture from underneath, or the possibility is just not there. But that's actually not true. The gap would need to be a lot higher, and I have this specific amount recorded in one of my shorts, one of my older shorts. I don't remember the specific amount right now, but that's because for some reason when you are crouch jumping, when you let go of crouch, your bounding box sort of like jumps up for a split second, and that bounding box will actually clip through geometry. And you can do it here, and it goes high enough to where it can actually touch. Oh, sorry. I'm streaming Hammer still.
60 seconds.
it can go high enough to where it actually enters this capture region. And you're not in there long enough to be able to actually, like, make good progress on the point. But if you already have progress on the point, you can just go stand underneath it and then just go like this over and over. You can actually see, probably, on the stream at the bottom where it says no capturing at this time in the bottom of my screen. And that shows that I'm actually going into the trigger. So if you have multiple people under the point, you can actually capture it.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and it also spams the announcer. So if you're on red and there's a blue person standing underneath the point, I don't know why I'm like, my no clip is all weird like that. But if you're blue and you do that, then if you're on red, it'll keep saying alert, 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 which is kind of funny.
Control point is being captured.
Hey. Get off. I want to show them. All right. Someone on blue do it. Someone, yeah. Yeah, someone on blue go under the point and do what I said. You have to crouch and then let go of crouch as you're... Or I guess it's not doing it right now for whatever reason. Oh well. But it works, it happens in casual. So, there's that. Alright, what else? You can stand on these rocks right here. You can jump here. A lot of spots you can jump on. There's also another crack right here where you can see through the floor. Oh. Alright. I'll show more when the next round starts in the next section of this stage. Oh, there actually is another thing I want to mention about this building right here.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Alright. What's going on with my no clip? Okay. So people have actually been commenting on my last video wanting me to talk about something. So I'm actually going to bring someone here to demonstrate. Alright. I'm going to bring...
Begins in 30 seconds.
I'm going to bring Zillow. Again. There you go. Alright, Zillow. I want you to stand with your body against this wall right here. And don't move. You can see his shadow on the other side. Now this problem can actually be fixed fairly easily. And I'm gonna go ahead and tab back into Zilla. You can move now if you want. You can leave, do whatever you want. But I'm back in Hammer. And you'll notice right here there's a cube. An ominous cube just placed on the side of this wall. Why is that? Well, notice when he was standing on this side of the wall here, his shadow was showing on this side. This is the same exact type of wall, right? His shadow direction is going to be the same. So if you stand against this wall, then your shadow is going to show up on this side as well. But it doesn't. You have never played Dustbowl and seen someone's shadow appear on this wall. Why is that? That's because of this cube. This cube, I can't show you guys the window right now, but it's called an info no dynamic shadow entity. And it was made specifically for this reason, to stop or block dynamic shadows, which is the type of shadow that player models emit, from appearing on certain surfaces. And Valve has actually, they've placed one here, and I believe they've also placed one over here somewhere. Yep, right here, on this wall as well. Because If that wasn't there and I was standing on the top of the staircase, oh, blue players would know where I am and they'd be able to get an easy frag on me. So that's a little interesting thing. I'll probably make like a little short video about that just because so many people ask me that question and I think it's, you know, useful to know that. Yeah, it is kind of weird because you don't want to disable dynamic shadows because that disables all dynamic shadows, not just player dynamic shadows. So if you fire a rocket or something, then just anything that emits a shadow will not appear on the surface. But sometimes it's okay. Like right here, it really doesn't matter. Here, it's no big deal really. But it is silly how Valve fixed it by adding an entity to block dynamic shadows altogether, instead of just fixing the actual shadow from appearing on the surface to begin with. Some mappers have advocated for making thicker walls, but you know, it's not always possible. I mean, this area is already very small and claustrophobic, so. Okay, let me go back. Okay. So that is this section. Onto the caves. Is there anything in the caves? Some more barrels, but there's nothing funny in the caves. Here, there's actually a weird, like, flip brush you can stand on top of. Right here. Yeah.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Alright, you can stand on top of this part of the displacement. It's kind of useless information.
2, 1.
You can stand on that rock up there. It's kind of nuts. As well as this rock here. I don't want to spam no clip a million times trying to get there, but you can stand on that rock up there as well. And you can actually, let me switch to engineer for this. Okay. You can actually build, I think it's right here, you can build. There we go. You can build a dispenser and a sentry underneath this staircase. It's pretty useless information. I mean, maybe if you build a mini or whatever, someone's rushing from behind this rock. You know, it'll shoot them. Yeah. I've never seen someone use this. I just know it exists. And then we have this. Do any of you know what this is? I'm gonna give chat a moment to catch up. But do any of you know what's going on with these sheets of metal right here? While I'm waiting for a response, I'm gonna read through comments real quick. Someone said, same problem in steel. No, it's not on steel. It's not the lighting origin. Come on, guys, you know this. It's not the lighting origin. It's nothing to do with the map steel. There's no similar problem on steel. It's reversed. Yep, there you go. It's reversed. So if this prop were rotated 180 degrees, then it would look fine. Right now it's lit weirdly, like it's darker than it should be. It's the same problem as Gravel Pit. In the short I made, the darkest thing in TF2. Because if you look very closely, this prop, it's not a manifold object. And what I mean by manifold is, it's not like this fence right here, where you can actually see it has a length, a width, and a height. It's an actual 3D object that can exist in the real world. This is not. This is just perfectly flat. It has no depth to it at all. And that creates a problem with lighting, because which surface is supposed to be treated as the top and which one is the bottom? And so only one side can be treated as, you know, the normals, which is what reflects the light back out. I don't want to get into like this too deeply, but essentially one side can receive light normally, the other side cannot when it comes to these types of non-manifold objects. Yeah, the nail sticks out. Yeah, the side that the nail sticks out of is the side that can actually receive the light. Now you can fix this by going into the prop settings and I believe disabling vertex normals or something like that, but the proper way to fix this is either by rotating the prop or creating another version of the prop which has its backside, you know, the normals flipped or whatever. So yeah, there's that. So it does happen on Dustbowl as well, but the short that I made was on Gravel Pit, and it was actually funny because on Gravel Pit Valve actually placed a light entity in front of it and that didn't fix it, and then whoever placed the light must have been like, you know what, that didn't fix it, but whatever, I'm just gonna leave it be and I'm gonna leave the light there. And to this day it has not been fixed. So I hope that whoever made the map and placed that light there watched the short and can think back upon that with some humor. Okay. Alright, I think that's everything. Oh, this is actually a spot right here where it would probably be wise for Valve to place another one of those no shadow cubes that I showed in Hammer, because when a player stands on this side, I'm gonna bring Zillow back, he's my slave. Alright. So Zillow, let me do this. There we go. You can see his shadow on the other side. So if you're playing and you're blue, just keep in mind that if you stand right here against this wall, red players are gonna know you're here. So they'll have the advantage, the jump on you when they peek. So just keep that in mind. Also, several more cases of odd clipping. What the? Bro, someone named themselves me. No! Why would you do that? Now my no clip's not working.
I need some doggone help.
Rejoin with a different name, please. There we go. Now my no clip's working again. Yes, please change your name before you can reconnect. Otherwise my no clip won't work. So you can jump on this corner of the roof. You can also jump oh my god, he rejoined. No! I don't want to ban you. Please change your name. You can stand on this roof as well. Yeah. And a good hiding spot as Spy. So these fences right here, you can actually jump on top of them. And they're pretty useful as Spy to backcap. I love backcapping on Dustbowl. That's why it's nice to have capture points that you can cap so fast. So sometimes when red gets really cocky and they're playing aggressive, I'll just hide up here with Cloak and Dagger as Spy and then boop, backcap, win. So just a little trick. All right. Okay, moving on to the last stage of Dustbowl. You can pixel walk on top of this thing. Right here. It's kind of useless, unfortunately. You're too high up to actually see through it, and red will be able to shoot you. But you can jump on top of this. It's a pixel walk. You can shoot through these spawn gates with pyro, with soldier, with the flying guillotine. Yeah. Oh, there's some very black tires here. These tires are blacker than they should be. They're too black. This is just because these steps block light from reaching under. So this, I think you could actually fix this with a light origin entity. By moving the light origin somewhere where there's more light. And that way these tires wouldn't be so black. Because yes, tires are black, but they're not supposed to be this black. Okay. This walkway, the clip brushes are diagonal. So you can actually... Oh. What am I doing? That's weird. Sorry for spamming the game, but... Well, you can wall stick on these. My no clip is very finicky right now for some reason. I don't know why. Or maybe you can't. I could have sworn that there's diagonal clip brushes right here. And so you can stick to them just like you can stick to the wall that I showed in the first half of the first stage. Someone asks, why is the truck model black by default? What are you talking about? This truck is not black. It's orange. Okay. Oh. There's actually something that I missed that I forgot to mention. So I'm gonna enable just the regular sticky bomb launcher here. So it happens here. Watch this. I shoot stickies on that wall, and you can't see them from that side. The same thing happens over here. If you shoot stickies on this wall, look at that. They're invisible. You can't see them. Why is that happening? Well, let me show you in Hammer. Okay. There's one more spot as well that it happens on that I'll show in a second. Let me hide this skip brush and enable occluders. So this is an occluder brush right here. What occluder brushes do is they prevent entities from rendering behind them for the client. So if when I stand right here and there's a player standing right here, that player should not be rendered for me because of this occluder, even if this building right here did not exist. Because the way that TF2 works is it tries to split up the map into sort of chunks, and anything that's inside of that chunk, if that chunk can make a direct line of sight to another chunk, then whether you're in that chunk or the other one, you'll be able to render everything in the other chunk. That probably was a horrible explanation, and I'm sorry. But occluders exist as a sort of way to force things from not rendering behind them. That way you don't have to worry about those chunks not working properly. That's what these skip and hint brushes do. These actually cut those chunks into smaller chunks, which increases compile time and further optimizes the map. So this occluder right here, you'll notice that if I get really, really close to it, you can see I can actually get to the other side. There's a gap between the occluder and the wall. And what that means is that in game, if I shoot a sticky on this wall, that sticky is now behind the occluder. So the occluder is stopping the sticky from being rendered. So if I go back in game, I'm shooting my stickies behind the occluder, and now you can't see them. But if I move to the side, right, now the occluder is not in front of me. The occluder is a little bit to the right here, so I can see the stickies from the side. See, I can see them here, But then as soon as I'm in front of the occluder, I can't, and then now I can see him again. And literally all Valve would have to do is move the occluder so that it's flush with the wall right here, and this problem wouldn't persist. And this happens 3 times in the map. It happens here. It happens here. See, stickies are now invisible. And it happens at the first point right here. Here it's not really as useful, but in the other 2 spots it's extremely useful. You can place stickies right here, right? A sticky trap, and a blue player coming out, there's literally nothing they can do. There's no way for them to know that there's stickies right here. So you can get a free sticky trap kill every time on this flank route right there. And then on this wall, I mean, people can avoid it by just hugging the left side, but you can still get some kills with it. So that's actually more of a game breaking. Like, you can actually use that to your advantage in combat. Alright, moving on with these stairs. These stairs aren't clipped. They don't have a clip brush, so you notice when I walk up the staircase, I'm sort of skipping up and down, right? It's not smooth like if I walk up the side right here. Normally when you make staircases, you're supposed to place a clip brush. But for whatever reason, Valve did not do that for this staircase. So when you go up and down it, it does this. Also, if you're a Trollger and you try to, or no, not a Trollger, if you're a Demo Knight and you try to trimp up the staircase, it won't work because of the steps. You could trimp off of the side here, but not this. So out of respect for Demo Knights who like to trimp, please clip your stairs. Right. There's a really weird, there's a clip brush here that you can stand on top of. I don't know why. Let me disable God mode. Will I enter Whatville? Can I enter Whatville in console? Yes, later. We'll go on Whatville later. Because I would like to talk about Whatville, since it is something, it's good that it exists in the sense that we know what not to do when we create a map. There are things that we can learn not to do by studying Whatville. So right here, for whatever reason, there's a clip brush right here that you can stand on top of and then, like, you know, shoot stickies down and kill people rushing. I do this on red quite often. It's fun. You can also, if you charge a sticky, you can shoot it over, and you see how the sticky landed on that side? And you can set sticky traps right there from here, and players cannot shoot through right there. It's blocked off. There's a block bullets brush right here. See? You cannot shoot through this, but it only goes up so high, so at a certain point, see? Right up there. You can shoot over it, which is really silly. I mean, why not just raise it all the way to the top of the skybox, you know? It's the same thing, I believe here as well. So, I don't know how many of you know this, but there's a spot right here you can stand on. See? Right there. I actually use this a lot when I play Dustbowl. You can stand right here. And then you can shoot stickies. And what's fun is if you're playing with a friend, right? And he's a spy, you can just have him hide like right here on one of these things, because usually you never get hit if you're standing on these things. Or you can pixel walk on this. Now, if you stand here, no one's ever gonna hit you, because no one's gonna be pre-checking for spies on this pixel walk right here. So you get one guy up there shooting stickies over the building on this bridge. The spy tells you when to detonate them. Done it once, it's very fun. And people that are pushing, you know, it'll be difficult for them to kill you if your entire team is, you know, already defending, trying to push right here. So, I like that. You can also stand on these bits here. This isn't really useful though. You can walk around, jump on the control point sign, and then here's another way into this building. Useful if you're a spy. you can jump, I believe, here. Yeah. Again, this is not really a useful spot. Here, this is a useful spot. You can jump on the corner of this windowsill. Right? And what's really funny is that there have been a couple of times where I've done this on red, and blue players who are walking right here can actually see you, right? If there's a blue player here, they can actually see you standing on the ledge. But again, there's a block bullets brush here. Congratulations on receiving a golden frying pan. So there's a block bullets brush here, so they'll just be standing here looking at you like a sniper, and there's nothing they can do about it. And you just have a stare down. Which is funny. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and post the giveaway link again for those of you who are here. That link is the giveaway to win one of 5 limited edition 100k Rock 005 signs. I'll whip one out right now in front of everybody with no regrets.
Cheers, mate.
There it is. Rock 005 sign. When you win the giveaway, you're gonna win a refined metal. Go ahead and message me on Discord after you win the refined metal, and then I'll personally send you a trade offer for the sign. Just to make sure that there's no bots that win them or anything like that. I just want to actually know who is winning the item before they get it. All cool? So make sure you enter that. The other giveaway, unfortunately, I screwed up. I mean, if you guys want to enter it, here it is. You'll just get a refined... Or actually, if one of you guys actually wins that giveaway, I will give you the item, right? But chances are you won't, because I accidentally made it public. And so, like, I don't know how many people joined that giveaway now, but it's not private, so I don't want to give the item to just some random guy on manco.store. I want to give it to one of you guys, so... And unfortunately, Manco only allows 2 giveaways per hour, so I can't create another giveaway to do that, so I'm sorry. Actually, how much time left is there for that? Oh wait, it already ended. Okay. Oh, so someone should have told me that. I've already been streaming for an hour and a half? Jeez, I've been talking for so long. I set up the giveaway so that they were only an hour. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I can set up the other giveaway though then right now for the hat. Let me try that. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so if you missed out on the Rock 005 sign, you still have a chance. There you go. That is the giveaway for the hot dogger, the unusual bubbling hot dogger, which is this right here. There you go. I know. A very attractive, well sought out collector's item. Goes for hundreds of keys. There are none that you can buy right now on backpack.tf for about 14 keys, I promise you. But no, for real, I could have given away a very expensive unusual effect, and yeah, that would have been cool. But I wanted to give away something that had, like, that was actually kind of relevant to my channel. So I think, like, what better item, what better unusual to give away than the bubbling hot dogger, that pyro, that heavy, that soldier, that all of the mercs except for demo wear in my videos and shorts, right? So, yeah, giving away lore. So that's what I'm gonna do, or that's what I'm doing, so make sure you join the giveaway, please. And yeah. So, that covers all of Dustbowl. So now, I'm gonna go ahead and take requests. Are there any... Let's start with the Valve maps. Are there any Valve maps you guys would like me to look at and analyze in any way? Is there a certain thing on a specific map that you're curious about? Or do you guys just want to see Whatville right now? I could do Gold Rush. Oh, and please pick a map from Attack, Defense, or Payload. Because I don't study or play the 5CP or King of the Hill or CTF maps. Except for 2 Fort. I understand 2 Fort. Even though I don't play it. Anything other than Whatville? Moss Rock? Alright, let's go to Gold Rush real quick. I'll go to Gold Rush, because there's only a few things, you know, to talk about on Gold Rush. I mean, Moss Rock. Sorry, Gold Rush. And then I'll move on to Moss Rock, and then I'll move on to... Bread Space? Okay, yeah, we can talk about Bread Space after. Okay. Alright, I'm changing the map to Gold Rush. Everybody. And I'll just be in God mode flying around while everybody's playing or doing whatever the heck they want. Can I get guaranteed unusual on my next crate? No. Do never open another crate again. Thank me later. There's actually a guy, his name is Crates with Zed. And he's a super chill guy. His music, I mean, his videos is like meditation. And he makes videos where he unboxes like hundreds of Manco crates. And he calculates the expected value and everything and tries to be profitable with it. He actually hasn't been uploading too much lately, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool content. You guys should check him out. His name is Crates with Zed. Alright, let me enter God mode here. Alright, so it's Gold Rush. So for those of you who don't know, Gold Rush is actually like the sister of Dustbowl. When you study the layout, it's actually very, very similar to Dustbowl in many ways. It's very, I mean, it's the same mining theme. It's the same, you know, kind of setting. Everything is very tight, and it has the 3 stages and everything. And there's actually leaks about this. I'm sure when like there was like a leak a couple years ago that some of you might be familiar with that had like a version of this, which I believe, let me go ahead and check Hammer real quick, because I might actually have that VMF. I might have it. I believe they may have called it. No, it's not that. You guys can't see Hammer right now, I know. Just give me a second. I just want to check if I have this, or if I remember the name. Maybe it's Training Gold Rush? I don't know, I can't find it right now, but there's like a version of Gold Rush which like looks completely different. And I think it was like named Dustbowl or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the two are very similar. That's the point I'm trying to make. Alright, so with this first stage right here, there are some high ledges you can stand on. Here. But I believe there you can go even higher. I believe right here. Yep, there we go. And you can't shoot through this because this is no draw, or the back faces of geometry. But you can stand up here, which is insane. I mean, no one's gonna look up and see you. But you can also, most importantly, you can do it on this side as well. Which is fantastic for defending. If you're on red, you know, just shoot rockets or spam stickies. It's kind of insane. I think you can stand on these too. Yeah. You can stand a little closer to the ground if you want. But yeah, very useful knowledge. Very useful knowledge right here. Also, if I go engineer, I'll just kill myself here. Fine. And I go to one of the... Yeah. I know you can do it with this right here, right? Server password. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that no one did not know how to type the number 100. You can stand inside of here where this conveyor belt goes, which is weird. But you can also place buildings in there. So you can place a sentry. I think you can even... if my memory is correct, you can... Yeah, there you go. You can place a teleporter in there too. Bro, no one is ever gonna know that there's a teleporter up there. Like, literally, no one. Unless they see you, like, coming out and they catch on. But, like, yeah. A teleporter right there. Can you believe that? I've never played a game where I saw somebody doing this. I think I've seen a sentry up there, but I've never seen a teleporter. And you can do this in multiple spots, I believe, as well. Like, there's another one in here somewhere.
60 seconds.
I think. Is it here? Can you do it here? Oh. I don't know. No, right here. Yeah. Or maybe this space is not big enough to build. Yeah. But you can stand in here, like I'm standing in here right now, and then I can crawl back out. Yeah. Those are like the biggest things with Gold Rush. You can kind of surf off of this thing, which is kind of cool. Not really like useful, but I just think it's kind of cool. And actually, there's a mechanic with this that's not intentional. If I go soldier with the base jumper, it's a lot easier to do. I'm gonna go... Where was I? Oh yeah, over here. Wait, there we go. I'm gonna go in third person for this so it's easier to see. And then I activate this. You can actually get stuck. See? There we go. And I'm not falling down anymore. And I'll stay here forever. And I can stop. I can look around. I can shoot. And I'm flying. Look at that. You can cancel the parachute. And you're flying. And you can do this on any... And I'll actually show you this in Hammer, because why not? Okay. This is... Well, let me open Gold Rush real quick in Hammer. Then I'll tab back to it. Thank you, all-seeing gamer. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let me hide everything just so I can see where I am. All right, here we go. Hide the hints and skips. There we go. So we can see right here and here. Let me hide this. Oh. Is it Shift H? Alt H? No. Control H. Control H. There we go. All right. So this building, you can see the clip brush diagonal. So in any building or any part of any map where it's diagonal like this and you can kind of surf off of it, like slide down, if you have the base jumper, you can sort of jump into it, activate your parachute, kind of strafe left and right until you get stuck like this. And now I'm up here as long as I want. Good for airstrike, yeah. Yeah. I actually haven't done that in forever. Maybe I should do that just because it's been a while, like in casual. But yeah, please guys, do everything that you hear about in these videos in casual because it's fun and silly. Okay? All we're doing is taking advantage of poor map making and game mechanics. So it's on Valve to fix it. Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Oh, there's a spot here I know of that you can kind of just sit up here and wait. It's a pixel walk. Here. Pixel walks are just when, like what I showed in Hammer, when the brush is curved at the very, very top of the clip brush. If that is flush with the wall, like this, like the very top corner, then you can kind of strafe into the wall, and when you land, you can land on top of that corner of the clip brush. And you can do that in loads of maps all over the place. Some mappers fix that by... Let me actually show you real quick. Back to Hammer. Unhide. Let me go to that spot just to show you what it looks like. These are the clip brushes. This is what I'm talking about. You see this triangle? It comes up to a point right here, right? And it's flush with the wall. So by strafing, you can kind of like... Your coordinates, your position is actually like inside of the wall a little bit or something. I don't know if anyone knows for certain how it works, but you can land on top of this. And so what some mappers do in a very easy way to fix this is literally just do that. Boom. Now it goes past the wall inside. So now it's impossible for me to land and stand on top because it's behind the wall. And I'll just slide down every time. So you'll see in a lot of newer maps, mappers actually do that because they know about this unintentional game mechanic. You could call it. But Valve maps, most of the time, you know, I don't know if Valve even knew about that when creating their maps because Gold Rush is so old. It's older than probably some of you in this chat. Crazy to think about. All right, so that is Gold Rush. Let's go ahead and talk about another map. Moss Rock. Okay, yeah, someone said Moss Rock. Let's go to Moss Rock. Okay. Sorry to everyone who was doing something in the server. TF2 is 2 months away from being an adult. Can we talk about the double thrust semi-stuck displacement spots in Badwater and other maps? Let you use the thermal thruster twice in mid-air. And I want to know why this... Okay, that sounds interesting. I've never heard of that. Let me read that again. Semi-stuck displacement spots in Badwater and other maps. So, are you like using the thermal thruster and... I mean, there's no displacements, you know, that you can really... Okay, I have God mode.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Maybe... Okay.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Yeah. If you won the giveaway, DM me on Discord.
4,
right?
3.
And make sure like you link me your Steam or you have your Steam linked to your Discord or something, and I'll follow up with you after the stream and send you all the items. Okay? And I'm gonna post the giveaway to say, okay. This giveaway link right here, this is active right now. This is for the bubbling hot dogger. So if you want to win the bubbling hot dogger, please join that giveaway. It will end in 43 minutes. You have 43 minutes to enter. Okay. All right, so Crow Loom. You can show me after Moss Rock, okay? So, and which map will it be, Crow? Will it be Badwater? You want to show me the spot on? The giveaway that I just posted the link in the chat, Griff. Okay. So with Moss Rock, Moss Rock is actually funny, because right here, you'll notice a broken teleporter. And this is sort of like a memento to a version of the map a while ago where, so they're actually, and I'm actually gonna open the map in Hammer to show you. It's not gonna be textured because I don't have the custom assets for Moss Rock, because Moss Rock has custom assets and I don't have those in my directory right now. So there's gonna be a lot of missing textures. But I want to show you something very specific here. Yeah, this looks horrible. But if I turn on triggers, you see all of these orange brushes everywhere, right? These are all trigger hurt brushes. And there's actually a rock somewhere. Okay, you can actually see right here where the fragments are. And now there's a brush right here. This is a trigger hurt brush. So when your bounding box enters it, you die. And these are all over the map. Okay, I'm going to switch back to in-game now because I know this hurts your eyes. So these are everywhere. And there are actually still some spots that you can land on and not die. Like I believe right here, you can actually stand in-game and not die, like somewhere right here, and even build. You can build like a teleporter or something. I know you can stand like right here in game and not die. I'm actually gonna prove it right now. I'm gonna go soldier, disable god mode, so you can see I'm taking damage now. And I'm just gonna fall right here. You can see I'm alive. So there are several spots like this in Moss Rock where you can avoid the trigger hurt brushes. I believe right here, or somewhere there, I think you can avoid it. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. Now everyone's trying to do it. There you go. You also used to be able to stand all the way. I actually have a crazy story for you guys. You used to be able to stand inside of these rocks on the ground right here. The trigger hurt brush used to not extend into here, and so you could jump right here, somewhere right here, and build teleporters. So what I experienced once while playing, I was on blue. We had just captured the first point and we're spawning right here, right? I jumped down, I was running, right, out this exit right here. And from all the way over here, I got sniped instantly through this little gap right here, right? Through this little gap, I got sniped. Completely impossible to do while playing normally because you can't see anyone approaching. There was two cheaters. One of them was an NG. He built a sentry and sentry jumped right here. He placed a teleporter and his cheating sniper friend took the teleporter, stood here, and was insta-killing people leaving spawn through this gap right here. That's probably the craziest experience I've ever had with cheaters in this game. I mean, the thought process that had to have gone through your mind. Oh, there's a spot out here where you can stand. Oh, let's place a teleporter there, and so that I can send you through, and so you can start sniping people from there. Like, just what? I mean, honestly, props to those cheaters for their creativity. Obviously, they're losers for cheating, but I appreciate the creativity, okay? I appreciate if they weren't cheaters and he was literally, there was just a guy here trying to snipe normally, then that's fine. That's just on the mapper to fix. And he did fix it. You can't do that anymore. It only sucks because they were actual cheaters. But yeah, it is creative. Alright, there used to be a spot... Let me stop the time. There used to be a little porch right here. I don't know if any of you remember it. There used to be a little porch that you could jump on as NG right here and build a teleporter and sentry. That was removed for some reason. I don't know why they should bring that back. And then they added this up here. I can't explain it. It's just here. So, now you know. And there used to actually be a spot. So a long time ago, there was an exploit right here. But it existed on many other maps too, like Egypt, for example. It was heavily abused. Where right here, you see how these two fences meet at this corner? So the mapper has clip brushes right here. He has one going this way and another one going this way. And the two clip brushes meet right here in pixel perfect alignment. There used to be an exploit where you could take a building, an engineer building, and build through between... You could build between two clip brushes, or not between them, but in the exact pixel where they meet. You could build through, and you could place a teleporter on this rock, and then you could teleport outside of the map and run around outside of the map here. I believe Delphi made a video about it, but actually before he made a video about it, many months before he made a video about it, I actually saw a guy doing this. And I remember trying, I actually have a screenshot from back when it happened of the teleporter being here, and I didn't know how he did it. I was literally trying for so long to try to place a teleporter right here, and I couldn't figure out how. And then Delphi released the video that showed how, and as soon as I watched that video, I went to this spot and it worked. So this spot was discovered long before Delphi made the video, and I wonder how long people knew about it before it became publicized, because after he made the video, Valve fixed it shortly after. So that was really crazy. I wish I got to experience that a little bit more, because, I mean, out-of-map glitches are just so much fun. Like, they've got to be the coolest type of glitch or exploit in video games, right? Going outside of the map and shooting people. I mean, you could literally go all the way around on top of this building, like on this roof or something. It was possible back then. And build like sentries up here and shoot, you know, red players down there. I miss that. But yeah, there also used to be some high ledge spots. Like you used to be able to jump on top of like this corner of the roof or something. But they fixed that. You used to be able to do it. Oh. You activate God mode. You used to be able to jump like right here as well. Oh, look at that. You can still do it. I'm gonna have to remember that the next time I play Moss Rock. You can still jump on this ledge right here. But they fixed it on this side. And yeah, I think that's it for Moss Rock. Yeah. You can, well, there's a little Easter egg kind of spot here. If you're an NG on red, you can place a dispenser, jump up, take this staircase, come over here, place a teleporter, sentry. It's a decent spot. So there's a little trick. Alright. Alright, Crow, if you're still there. Perma-stuck spot for Pyro to use. Okay. So are you stuck? You can't move right now? Yeah, I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. But is there a specific map, Crow, where you want to show me that? You want to show me that thermal thruster thing on? Thank you, Fiddle Whopper. Otherwise, we'll go to the next map, which... Badwater. Alright, I'm reading through the chat messages right now. You said Badwater. Alright, Badwater. Here we go. Higher Tower needs to exist as an official map. I was actually about to make a short about High Tower, which I might show later in this stream if you remind me or I remember. I think there's already something that I forgot about. But there's a certain behavior with the cart on High Tower that someone brought to my attention. And I tried looking into it. I spent like 5 hours straight trying to figure it out. And I couldn't figure it out. So I'm just calling it source spaghetti. But I might show that later. Might show that later. Alright, Crow. What team are you on? Red? Alright, show me, Crow. Oh, sorry. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the setup time so that Crow can show me this without getting killed. Alright. The heck? People have also asked me in the comments of my last video why, like, you could see when Crow was standing, yeah, when Crow was standing right there, his cosmetics turn dark. I don't know why that happens. I have a I have a theory, but I haven't looked into it technically, and I don't know if I could, just because I think that would involve the game's code. It's not really a mapping issue. I think it has something to do with the origin of the lights being in a certain position where light cannot reach, like maybe inside of this displacement, or maybe, I don't know, but can you hear me in VC? You're not in, you're in the other channel, so yeah, please pull it off. Alright, Blue, if I release you from spawn, do you promise not to kill Crow? You have one chance. If you kill Crow, then I'm gonna restart the round, and I'm gonna keep you locked in spawn until Crow pulls this off, okay? No, leave it like this. Leave it like this. Hold. Okay. Alright, Crow. The heck? Yes, this is a Linux server. Look at all these people here watching. Alright. I'm going to unleash Blue. Oh wait, everyone's already on red. Yeah, you can just change to the red team if you want to get out of spawn. Well, you can also get Windows third-party services, Zillow. I believe Shockbite. If you use Shockbite, then you have Windows. But I don't use Shockbite. Yeah. Alright, while Crow is doing this, let me show you some other stuff on Badwater. Right, the first thing to show you guys is that there's no water. The second thing is that this spawn room over here, you can ignore this. This fixes after the spawn room is activated. Check this out. Look at these benches. They're floating. They're not touching the ground. I don't know why. It's weird. They're just literally straight up floating. Everything else is laying on the ground, but not these benches. It's odd. And the Halloween version of this map, actually, this door is a real door, a working door. When you spawn in this room in the Halloween version, you can exit. Isn't this funny? Look, there's a door on this side, but on the other side, there's no door. Some people make like a big deal about that with like windows and stuff. It's like, oh, there's a window here. Is there a window on the other side? Oh, look, there is here. So this is okay. But sometimes that's not the case with doors and windows. And some people make like a big deal about it, which I understand. I respect. I've never really thought too deeply about it as long as like the illusion is maintained, because you're not going to be playing the game and like going back and forth to see those things. It's all about the illusion. But check this out. Look at this horrible, ugly, disgusting line on the ceiling. Isn't that hideous? Now watch this. Now it's gone. Look at that. How did I get rid of that? How am I doing this? I'm toggling bicubic interpolation. Toggling between bilinear and bicubic interpolation. Watch my video to understand what that means. But I don't know why the seam happens under bicubic. There's theories. People have commented saying that they know why. I don't know who is right and who is wrong, but it kind of sucks. And in this instance, it looks worse. This is bicubic, and this is bilinear. So, and most of the time it works fine and looks better, but sometimes it doesn't. And that's an example of where it doesn't. And it happens when you have two different light map islands or whatever, and there's light shining, and you can see how these walls aren't uniformly lit. They're sort of like a gradient where there's a hot spot and then it kind of transitions to a darker spot. These are where the seams are most noticeable, is in these types of areas. Okay. I wanted to show that. Is Crow still struggling over here? Yeah. Oh, just a little fun fact. A long time ago, I had an event where I made the floor on this map lava. And so you had to be a pyro with the detonator. And everybody started on blue right here. It was called Bad Lava. And so you had to detonator jump from your spawn room all the way through the map here without touching the ground, without touching the floor here or this floor either. Literally no floor except for this spot right here and this spot. And you had to go all the way right here to win. And it was a lot of fun. I believe someone actually speedran it. Boostwater, yes, I did Boostwater as well, where I placed a bunch of boost pads all over the map that, in fact, I could actually change the map to it to show you guys because it's on the workshop. But I don't know if you guys like, that's kind of outside the scope of this video. Yeah, Crow, you're gonna have to practice some more and then send me a video or something. Oh, there is another thing, and someone actually made a video about this recently. I made a video about it too a long time ago, or a short, I think it was a short. But someone else made a video about this too, so it might be fresh in the minds of some of you guys. But right here, there is, and I'm actually gonna go to hammer first. No, I'm gonna show it in game first, okay. So you can't shoot through there, but if I shoot above, look at the sticky. Land it on this side. You can be standing on this side and shoot over, and the stickies can land here. You can actually exploit that to shoot stickies into this sentry nest spot. Yeah, I think in the video that that guy made recently, he had like a lineup. He showed a lineup or whatever. But honestly, what I like to do is I'll take the base jumper. I'll do this, right? Wait, what? Where were my stickies? I don't even know where my stickies were, but you can jump like this, shoot stickies over like that, and then destroy it, or you can switch to the grenade launcher and just... The grenade launcher has a longer fuse, so it'll actually reach, but the iron bomber won't. Man. Well, look at that freeze frame. That's disturbing. And that's because if I switch over to hammer, let me close Moss Rock and open Badwater to show you. Yeah. Yeah, Tankers, you're correct. Shameless video plug. That wasn't my video, though. I did make a video, but another guy made a video, too. All right, again, I'm going to disable clip brushes, hints, and skips, and area portals. So there we go. We can see. Now I'm going to switch to hammer. All right. Hide that. So right here, there's a giant chunk missing. So you can see everywhere else there's this skybox. And this skybox, again, like I described earlier in the video, not only is responsible for emitting light specified through the light environment entity onto the rest of the map, you also can't shoot through it or pass through it. Now here, there's clip brushes, so you automatically can't go through. But your weapons, you can shoot through this. There's no block bullets, there's nothing. There's just a huge hole in the sky. So you can, even on this side, if you find some crazy lineup, you can actually shoot here into this spawn exit right here and kill blue players trying to leave. Which I've done before with the Quickie Bomb Launcher. It's pretty fun. So, yeah, that's that. I don't know why Valve didn't add a skybox brush here, or even a block bullets. Maybe something to do with like rendering the explosion or something if you're on this side. I'm not sure. Or maybe rendering the... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But that's there for you guys to exploit in-game. Okay. Funny fall damage, yes. Yes, this. See? Yeah, I made a short about this too. It's very weird. I tried like recreating this with like different props in a test map and I couldn't. Like, it's crazy that this exists in the first place. And honestly, this is a spot that I hope Valve never fixes, because this is just harmless fun right here. I remember someone commented once saying, "Oh, I exploit Spy's Dead Ringer at this spot to go outside while cloaked." I guess you could do that. But at the same time, there's other maps which have spawn rooms that you can take fall damage in, so I would say that this is perfectly fine. Yeah. You could stand up here, get a close-up view of Rock 005. Right, Valve placed a Rock 005 right here for all of us to admire. They placed another one right here. And another one right here. Valve really loves Rock 005. If any of you guys ever... So, you know how like there's people that have visited Valve Studios and stuff in the past or whatever? the questions they need to be asking are, who made Rock 005 and why? And also, who made Dustbowl and how can I send them money? Those are the most important questions that we need to be asking Valve right now. So if any of you visit Valve in person, please ask them those questions for me, okay? Thank you. Alright, I think that's everything on Badwater. Oh yeah. Just a little thing about Badwater that so I'm personally not a big fan of Badwater, like playing. And this is an area that I just feel like is part of that reason. Like, who goes back here? That's all I'm gonna say. Who goes back here? Yes, I know sometimes we do to flank, but it's like, there's just so much space back here that's just not utilized. It's weird. Like, Badwater could literally be cut off, like, right here. And, like, halfway, like, this spot right here. Like, there could just be, like, a giant wall or something right here. And gameplay-wise, the map would not be affected. Yeah, Trollgers, yeah. Yeah, you guys have ever played and there's just a Trollger leaping around back here? God, I hate that. Alright. Yeah, there's nothing else on this map that I want to... Oh, there actually is! Let me go NG. There's one more thing that I almost forgot about. Right here. You see how these shutters are not fully closed? You can actually build through them. See? So if you are an NG, make sure I have God mode on, you can sentry jump, and while you're here falling, you can place, on this side is where I did it, you can place a teleporter, right? While you're falling down. Now it's useless once you're in here, because this door is sealed, and this door is sealed. But it's just a little silly thing you can do. Controversial statement, but Valve needs to make the tallest towers pipes have collision so demos can rain hell. What, these? I actually had an event a while ago where I took maps and I removed all of the clip brushes. So you could go anywhere, and it was a lot of fun. But I had to cap snipers to only like one per team. Otherwise, it was just super broken and unplayable. But without the snipers, it's a lot of fun. Was it ever possible to stand on those catwalks? I don't think so. No. I don't even think these have collision meshes built into them. Like, when Valve modeled these props, they modeled them knowing that they would be placed outside of the playable area. So they didn't make collision meshes for them. So if they wanted there to be collisions here, they would have had to specifically add in clip brushes for you to walk on that are aligned with the model. So I highly doubt it. Yeah, look at this pipe. Disgusting. This is another issue with prop lighting. Like, it's just... Prop lighting is just horrible in TF2. Like, why is this pipe this ugly shade of beige yellow and this one is white? And then it just turns white right here. It's just the way props are lit. It's ugly. All right. Okay, what map next? What map should we go on next? Whatville is a candidate. And let me paste the, while I'm waiting for you guys to respond to that. There are 14 minutes left in the giveaway. 14 minutes left. Please join that giveaway. That giveaway, only 33. There are 77 people, it says, watching the stream right now. Only 33 have entered the giveaway. Please enter that giveaway. I want everybody to have a chance to win the bubbling hot dogger. Send stream chat. Upward, Barn Blitz, Demolition, Turbine, Mountain Lab. Oh God, there's actually so many maps that I want to look at that I'm just not going to fit into this stream. Maybe I'll have another stream in like sometime in the future to talk more about these maps. But we can only do like maybe 2 or 3 more. I could talk about Barn Blitz, but there's not much that I want to say about Barn Blitz. Mountain Lab. Mountain Lab's just a great map. There's nothing niche about Mountain Lab that I want to talk about. I mean, if I were to talk about Mountain Lab, I'd talk about like the Art Pass contest. So for those of you who don't know, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Mountain Lab while I explain this, okay? So everyone can walk around. So while this is switching, Mountain Lab was actually one of dozens of contest entries. The Mountain Lab we have today, it's so unlikely. Like, its existence is crazy unlikely because there were so many good maps, so many good candidate maps in the Art Pass contest, which is an event that Valve held many, many years ago. Many years ago, where they created the block out of this map. So it was just a bunch of blocks everywhere with dev textures. And they gave it to the community and they said, we want you to turn this into a fully detailed map and we're gonna pick a winner. So that's what they did. And dozens of people participated. Yeah, there was a lot of crap, but there was a lot of really awesome stuff as well, including themes that we've yet to see added into TF2 to this day. If you're a mapper and you're looking for something to make a map about, like a theme, specific usage of props or whatever, look at the Art Pass maps. You can check out my video or look at or find it through the wiki even. There are so many themed maps. There's swamp maps, desert maps. There's a cave map, one by the ocean with a shipwreck. There is a Australian, like an Outback Australia map. There's space maps. There's ice maps. There's literally every type of map you could think of was in that competition. And so many of them look so awesome. And so this map, this is considered a swamp themed map. And I think Valve was actually already looking for a swamp themed map to add. And so this one was definitely the best swamp-themed map. But there were so many other awesome ones. I think the most I actually put up a poll at the time. And I said, which... do you think that Mountain Lab, as we have it today, should have been the winner of the competition? And most people would have rather had a different map win. Specifically, this person called Ace Gikmo's version, which was a completely different theme. It was like an urban theme with like an asphalt road and I believe rain and stuff. It looked awesome. It looked amazing, but it just didn't win, probably because its theme was so unique. Whereas Mountain Lab, it's a swamp theme. There are other swamp-ish maps in the game, like Sawmill, like Snakewater. So this map probably fits in the theme of TF2 better. But that's what I want to say about Mountain Lab. Very rich history, very fascinating history, and Man Manor, the Halloween variant of this... Oh, there actually is one thing that I want to say. So Man Manor, the Halloween version of this map, it was actually an entry to the competition as well. But being the only Halloween map, and being how good it looked, Valve included that as a winner as well. So there were actually 2 entries that won. This for year-round, and Man Manor for Halloween. And you guys know the gargoyles that spawn on Man Manor and other Halloween maps? Before gargoyles, there were gift boxes, And when you picked up a gift box, I believe it would give you like a Halloween mask of a certain type that you could then combine to craft the Saxton. Like the mask or whatever, the paper bag mask. And I believe that in an effort to prevent people from knowing where those Halloween boxes were spawning, Valve hard-coded the locations of their spawns into the actual game. So normally, with Halloween maps, like community maps where you see the gargoyles, you can decompile the map in Hammer, and you can see the actual location where the gargoyles spawn. You can't do that with Man Manor. They're not there. I believe it's hard-coded into the game. Pretty interesting, huh? So there's one thing actually about this map gameplay-wise that I want to bring up, that I also made a short about a while back. This spot right here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a red guy right here. I don't know why my no-clip is so weird. Alright, I want you to stand right here. Okay? Stand right here. Alright? Alright, get ready, guys. I'm gonna put 8 stickies here for maximum effectiveness. Oh, there's a crit in there too. Ready? Yep. Why does that happen? Why can I shoot through that grate? It's because in the VMT file, there's a parameter within the VMT file. I forgot what the exact parameter is called, but it's a leftover parameter from Half-Life. It's a leftover parameter from Half-Life, and for whatever reason, explosion damage can go through. See? So what happens here, it also happens on 2 Fort. You know the metal grate? Right when you walk into the bases in 2 Fort, the metal grate on the ceiling with the hole drop down in the middle? You can do it with those as well. You can set up stickies or shoot rocket launchers and damage people on the other side. It's the same material. And Valve has just never fixed it. So, yeah. There's also another behavior that is so bizarre with this specific material, with a specific part of the game, but it's so niche, and I'm kind of waiting, like, whether I want to make a short about it, like a way that you can hurt people through these that no one would ever think of. Thinking about making a video about it or a short about it at some point, but I'm not ready yet because I still kind of like want to do some more testing with it. Yeah, there's more to know about this material. Okay, so that's Mountain Lab. Oh, you can also jump up here, like, I believe, on this thing. Can you? I thought you could jump, like, on one of these things by the last point. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, on this thing. You can crawl around this thing. Can be useful. Okay. Other than that, it's a pretty optimized map. It's a great... its art passed very well. But interestingly, when I interviewed the guy who made this map, he said that he actually rushed it, I think, towards the end. Which is crazy to think because, I mean, this is such a beautiful map. It already looks so good. It doesn't look rushed at all. Yeah, there's like some blooming issues, but that's different. The actual like layout and prop placement and stuff, it's really good. Yeah, there's some issues with lighting. Like I was just walking around in here and you can just kind of see where things are a little weird with the light. But all around, it's a great map. Doesn't feel rushed at all. Citadel replaced Embargo for me. Alright. Next map, Brickyard. Sorry, I don't know much about Brickyard. I know a little bit about Well, but not Brickyard. Aquarius. So the summer maps, Upward. Upward. Should I do upward? Alright, let's do upward. What is this sniper doing? Alright, upward will be the last Valve map. And then maybe we'll do like a couple of community maps. Oh no, we need to do Whatville. So we're gonna do Whatville after this, okay? And then after Whatville, maybe we can do like 1 or 2 of the summer maps. The newest summer maps. And then I'm gonna call it after that. So we'll leave more for the next stream whenever that is. Okay? Alright, you guys can whip out your conscientious objectors now, by the way. I just enabled them. I had it disabled before. And I have decals disabled, so if any of you have bad things on your signs, still don't take them out, please. Because I don't want other people to feel disturbed. Alright. Let me actually look at the giveaway. Let's see. The giveaway ends in 2.5 minutes. This is the last time. Your last chance to enter the giveaway. Please enter the giveaway. Alright.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
This is the last call. It ends in 2 minutes. For the bubbling hot dogger. Okay. Okay, so upward. Upward is actually the map where I featured the wall stick or wall bug, whatever you want to call it, functionality on. And you can do it right here. Because you can see this wall is different from this wall, such that this one is diagonal. These 2 walls right here and here, they're aligned with the X and Y axes. This one is diagonal. Because it's diagonal, I can stick to it like this. And you can exploit this. Let me kill these guys. Yeah, you can do this in games, and I do it a lot. It's very fun. You can do it from the other side as well. But it's less useful here. I mean, you can, like, do... when red spawns right here, you can sticky trap it, and then just kind of, like, hold it up there and get some really good reactions. But it's more practical from the other side. Another thing, actually, similar to the Moss Rock. I wonder if some of you already know what I'm talking about here. Let me switch to my shooting star. Oh, thank you, Shy Guy. Similar to Moss Rock, there is a spot where you can be a sniper and shoot into spawn. Oh, look at this. This guy already knows. Make sure I have God mode on. Look at him. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see. See if I can get him. What the?
The bomb's just sitting there.
Why can't I hit him? Oh well. Well, when you're standing here, if you're a sniper, you can actually shoot through this rock into blue spawn, but it's impossible to see normally. So I ran into a cheater once that was standing there and he was sniping blue players, and you can actually snipe them, I believe, like right here even or something, because there's technically like a line of sight that can be established. But what you can actually do, if you're not a cheater and you still want to have fun, this is what you can do. I do this all the time. Find this spot, you see where the rails, where there's a little bit of a gap. Stand on top, aim right about here, and just shoot stickies over. Stand on this barrel, right? Stickies are on this fence. As soon as a blue player runs through here, blow up the stickies. right? And they can't kill you. You're perfectly safe. You just stand right here, lob stickies in, and then stand on this barrel. See, Valve added this barrel right here so you could get the perfect view of your victim. All right. I love doing that. I do it all the time. Okay, now we need to talk about the signs. You can already see, this is probably the most pop. Someone actually made a video recently I saw about these signs. So sometimes trollgers, I guess, will abuse them. You can stick to them, and then you can stick to them, and then if you hold the movement key, like, I can get stuck in them, and then I can get unstuck in them. See, I'm stuck in it right now, and then, or I think now I'm stuck for good because I went underneath. But if you get stuck from the side, it's different. And this is because of a specific parameter. I made a short about this. There's a specific parameter that enables collisions for the signs. And for whatever reason, enabling collision on the sign with that parameter or output causes this buggy behavior between player models and the sign. Even Shonik made a video about it later on as well. And you can get around it by just enabling collision another way, or just disabling collision on it altogether, or just adding a clip brush. Really, it's not needed, but it doesn't just happen with that sign. It happens with this sign as well. Right here, this sign, when blue captures this checkpoint right here, this sign gets turned into this arrow. And when that happens, you can crouch underneath and get stuck in that one. And then once you're stuck, you can use pyro with the detonator, and then you can cross map people pushing up here with the flamethrower. Pretty fun. Oh, hello, LaPlu. Thanks for tuning in. All right, another thing about Upward that I'm actually a little disappointed with, next to where the scout is just chilling on this wooden beam. This little area right here with the tile floor. So there's a door on this side and a door on this side. This is used as a shortcut for red to get to the front line before blue captures this point. When blue captures this point, these doors close and you have to go the long way around here. What you used to be able to do, which you could exploit as a blue or even as red if you wanted, was build a teleporter right here. But then Valve, which I'll actually show in Hammer, because I believe my version of the map that I have in Hammer is the old version before it got patched. So I'm going to go ahead and change to Hammer. Let me just make sure. Okay. All right, cool. So right here. Yep. So this trigger brush right here is responsible for opening and closing the door when you're on the inside. So normally, pre-patch, the behavior was, if you were in this room after blue captured this point, you could still build teleporters. And if you had a building already placed in this room, it would remain. But this door would close. But this door could still be opened from the inside. So what you could do as blue is place a teleporter right here. And only when someone would take the teleporter would this door open, and they could basically have an exclusive one-way entrance into red spawn area here. Because red cannot access it because this door is closed and can only be opened from the inside once that point is captured. And this was hard to pull off in game, but when you pulled it off, it was so rewarding and so satisfying and so hilarious. It was like, and it's like, I don't know of any other map where there was something like this possible, and it was so much fun. And then in a random patch one day, Valve decided to fix it, which was weird. I'm like, was it detrimental to people's overall experience in the map? It's like, yeah, you technically weren't supposed to do it, but like as Red, you could still camp it, you know? Like if someone spawned here and then tried walking through, you know, through the teleporter, the door would open and then you could shoot inside and destroy the teleporter. It wasn't like invincible. You could counter it if you wanted to. The setup was just very difficult. So I think it was like a fun little exploit that paid off if you managed to do it, but could still be countered if a Red player was committed enough to destroying it. They could just camp it. So I'm really bummed out that that got fixed. I loved that so much. But it's history now. Right. Is there anything else with Upward? I mean, there's this thing that Shonik made a video on a while ago. You can still do it. This resupply cabinet here, so it's the same exact thing, actually, as to what I explained earlier with the control point, where if you stand underneath, and then you do, like, you crouch jump and you let go of crouch as you hit the ceiling, your bounding box sort of jumps up for a second. And it can jump up high enough through this floor to hit this resupply cabinet. In fact, I'm gonna try to do it right now. Make sure I'm in spawn. Have God mode disabled. There we go. You see how my health, I just resupplied. It's very difficult to pull off and not very practical unless like you practice it a lot. But
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
you can do it. There we go. I just did it again. And I believe blue players can do it too. So it's possible if you're a soldier and you're in combat and you have one rocket left, if you're like insane at the game, you can... I just did it again. You can resupply right there and keep fighting. But I don't ever try to do that because it's like so hard. And in the heat of the moment, I'd probably screw it up and just get myself killed. So it's not... I wouldn't recommend it, but you can try it out if you want. But it's the same principle as capturing the point on Dustbowl from underneath. Right? And that's everything on Upward that I want to talk about. So we got a winner for the giveaway. Let's see. Purple Dragon. All right, Purple Dragon, congratulations. GM me on Discord and I'll follow up with you later and send you the hot dogger. And also for the winners of the Rock 005 signs, same thing. Just DM me on Discord. You need to contact me. This is important. You need to contact me. I need to be able to get into contact with you so I can trade the item over. Okay. I wonder, like, with the other giveaway, the one that I held by accident, what the people are thinking. Whoever won that one. Wait, hold up. Only 17 people entered the Rock 005 sign giveaway. And hold up. There's no way. Crowloom. You're still here, right? The guy who was trying to do the thermal thruster thing, he won the giveaway that I accidentally set to public. He was one of the winners. And he was one of the winners for the actual private giveaway with the Rock 005 signs. That's crazy. So you're definitely getting one. So DM me on Discord, Crow, and whoever else won, and I'll get to you later. Okay. And congrats again to the other guy for winning the hot dogger. All right, on to Whatville. Can I do a stream talking about community maps? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll probably have a stream where I talk about only community maps. But right now there is one. Oh, someone said lead look. Hold on, let me activate God mode and teleport back to him. Shark. I did not know that. I did not know that. Let's actually look at this in Hammer. See? When I see something like this, well, technically with SV, when SV cheats is enabled, you can do this in game. But since I have it disabled, I have to jump to Hammer for this. Oh. There we go. All right, now I'm back in Hammer. All right, wait. Which part of the map is he on? Okay. He's right over here. This is a trigger hurt. Wait, is this a trigger hurt? No, this is a funk no build. This is a trigger hurt. Huh. So then that must mean that the collision mesh for this rock it looks like it barely covers the rock, but clearly you can stand on it. But only... Oh wait, are they standing on it or are they just... I don't know. That's interesting though. Alright, switching back to TF2 now. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for showing me that. See, there's always more to learn when you think you've learned everything about a map. Like, that thing on Dustbowl where you can shoot under the door, that was only a few months ago where I learned about that. Like, I'm curious how much more to Dustbowl there's left to learn for me. Alright, on to Whatville. Alright? Everyone cool? Alright. Whatville. Will I ever stream Half-Life 2 Deathmatch? I don't even know what that is. You've sent a double thrust clip? Okay, cool. I'll look at that later. And then next stream, if you're around next stream, Crow, then I can show it off on stream. So, quick thoughts on Mercenary Park. I can give you my quick thoughts now. First of all, it's a beautiful map. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Some people don't like the layout, I think, of Mercenary Park. I personally love it. The first area is mainly just for looks, I'll admit. Like, it's sort of a transitory area. There's not a lot of combat. Thank you, Water. Personally, I like it. I think it's a great map. I think the gameplay is great.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Those are my thoughts. And it's Valve made, which, you know, don't take that for granted. Valve doesn't make maps anymore. So it's special that they made it. And it was released in 2018, right? That was Jungle Inferno 2018, I think.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
I actually started playing TF2 again around Jungle Inferno.
4,
I played it a lot when I was like 12.
1.
And then I stopped and only played Call of Duty and Counter-Strike. And then I got back into TF2 and was like, oh man, I never realized how awesome this game was. And so I started doing map making, and then one thing led to another. Here I am. Alright, Whatville. So what's the deal with Whatville? Why does everybody make fun of it? Let's assume for the moment that none of us here know anything about Whatville, okay? We're going at it completely unbiased and analyzing it. I spawn in. Hey, that's pretty cool. I don't really know what it has to do with anything, but that's cool. Alright, you can't really judge a map by its spawn room unless you're me and you make a video about spawn rooms, but let's just ignore that and walk out. And holy moly, the longest sightline in all of TF2. This sightline is so long that you have to rely on the fog to stop you from seeing players at distance. The fog is necessary to prevent long sightlines. That should not be a thing. You should not have to rely on fog to prevent players from seeing each other. And unfortunately, this map is very cool in a lot of ways. Like the art, it's really cool. The windows being like the TF2 logo, the tops of the trees being hats, it's really, really cool. Some things, though, are just confusing. Like, why is the texture on these buildings such a high resolution? It doesn't need to be, right? And it doesn't look like a TF2 texture, because a TF2 texture is supposed to look painterly like this, you know, like this concrete texture. So it's a little weird. This is a lot better, because this, it doesn't seem, and this is a lot better, you know, this looks like paint. But like this texture here, this is just like, it looks like Christmas sweater. And I guess that's what he wanted, the mapper wanted it to look like, was a Christmas sweater type of thing. But it just doesn't need to be this high resolution. It's very high. It's probably like the highest resolution texture I've ever seen actually in TF2. Another thing, here I'm actually going to start talking about exploits. When the map first came out, and you can actually still do this, watch this. So I'm in no clip, right? Actually, guys, pay attention to me, those of you who are in the game right now, right? Activate God mode. Stop killing each other. Sniper. No. Come over here. You can stand up here. And you can do this in casual. It's easy to do with demo if you have the sticky jumper. But you can also build up here. See? And right behind here, there's actually trigger hurt brushes that the mapper added because people were jumping on top of this. Let me activate God mode real quick. And then they were jumping down here, going underneath the map. Whoop. They were going underneath the map, walking around down here, placing sentries and stuff, shooting people leaving the spawn. So to fix that, what do you think the mapper did, right? Fix that spot so you can't get up there? No, he added trigger hurt brushes. So you can still jump up here and kill people from up here and build up here. You just can't go under the map. But not just that, I'm gonna turn off God mode. So you see that demo actually just died right in front of me. If I creep up very slowly, I can fall down and I'm alive, right? The trigger hurt brush is right here, but I can stand here, right? If I'm a sniper, this spot is insane, right? This is a crazy sightline. For whatever reason, not only did the mapper not fix the actual ledge you can stand on, the trigger hurt brushes he added to prevent people from going under the map does not prevent you from dropping down right here and continue killing people. I mean, if you're a demo, you can shoot stickies down here and still spawn trap. If you're a sniper, you can still shoot down this corridor and kill people. The trigger hurt brush is too far back here. So that's one thing I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand what the mapper was thinking. Because you could have fixed it very easily by just extending the clip brush up. No need for that trigger hurt nonsense. Another thing, these spawn doors, look how close into spawn I can build a sentry. When this door is closed, the sentry is inside of the spawn room. And it can shoot people. You can build, if you're on red and you're defending the payload, right? You can place a level 3 sentry right here. And then when blue captures this point, they will all start spawning here. And they're gonna get obliterated by the sentry the moment they spawn. And if you actually place it a little farther back, you can repair it from the back. So while the door is closed, you can repair your sentry, which is on the inside, so they cannot even hurt you from the outside. And you can keep repairing your sentry, killing them when they spawn in. The most broken spawn trap in all of TF2. Okay, and you can do that with this forward spawn as well. Same thing here. You can place buildings such that hold up. When the door closes, they're on the inside. Let me destroy my sentry over there. Okay. Another exploit related thing with this map. Have I heard exploits LED? Please don't steal my content. The only thing I stole from you, Noobing, was how you can place buildings under the stairs of one of the control points on Dustbowl. That's the only thing I stole from you. Thank you for the Argentinian pesos, by the way. All right, there's another thing right here I want to show you guys when the round restarts. Okay. So you can jump up here as demo. You can walk along this edge. So if you're on red, you can jump up here. While blue is spawning here, you can shoot stickies down and sticky trap the stairs and kill blue as they're leaving spawn. Or you can just shoot stickies down off here and try to kill like people pushing the payload cart, but you can't really see down there. You can also, if you have a teammate on the other team and he's a pyro and you're a sniper, he can blow you up here. And as a sniper, I mean, you're a lot more deadly up here, but you need a person on the other team to help you with that. But still, it's like, why is this not clipped off? Why can you just walk up here? It's bizarre. But regarding the art style of the map, I personally like it. Yeah, the texture here is a little weird, but I think it fits in. I really do. For a seasonal map, Dr. Seuss is already like a cartoon comic kind of thing. It makes sense since TF2 is a cartoon comic painterly art style. Like, it can work. It's just the execution, the layout, the exploits, they make this map unpleasant for casual gameplay. But as a seasonal map that you play every Christmas, you know, it's like, all right, boys, it's that time of the year to play Whatville. I think it's fun, and I actually enjoy this map in that respect. If it was a year-round map, I'd probably be a lot more critical about it, but it really doesn't bother me so much that it's just a seasonal thing. Whoa. Okay, I've never seen this before. Look at that. Is there like no draw underneath this wall? How have I never noticed that before? Interesting. So that's Whatville. Let me read comments. Models for the tree hat toppers and the TF2 logo are super simple to do. Well, it's not a matter of it being simple. It's just, I like it. Like, placing a hat on top of a tree, because TF2 is all about hats, is creative. And I like that. And the windows being the TF2 logo is creative. I like that. It doesn't matter that it's simple. Tips for making a rain particle effect? I don't make particle effects, so I'm sorry, I'm not the one to ask. Can I tell you a fun fact about bullets in TF2? Go for it. This map needs area portals, but there's nowhere to even put them. Okay. Yeah, the optimization on this map is not good. You render like the entire map at once. Like when I'm standing here, I'm rendering everything right here. part of that is because everything is models and it's harder to optimize models. Like all of the buildings, if I can't do it right now because I have SV cheats disabled, but if I went into console and I disabled all static props, so much of the map would just disappear because a lot of it is just props. Problem with that is that props don't work well with vis leaves, which is how TF2 maps are optimized with visibility, with stuff, you know, popping in and out of render. Could this map be optimized? I honestly don't know. I mean, he would have to place some sort of crazy stuff right here, you know, to seal this area off of that one. But at the same time, this sight line is so long, everything that's here has to be rendered at once. Otherwise, parts of the map are going to be invisible. So because of the map's layout, all of this huge stretch of map has to be rendered simultaneously. Which kind of sucks because you can't even see it to begin with because the fog covers so much of it at any given time. And the fog is the wrong color too. The fog should not be blue. The fog should be gray because the sky is gray. That's how fog works. The fog is the color of whatever the sky is because that's the way that diffuse light works. Just like when you're walking outside during a sunset and your shadow is a different color. That's because the shadow color is reflective of whatever color is around it. So in this case, the sky is gray, so the fog should be gray because that's just how light works. And if you actually open up this map yourself and open the console and you type fog UI, you can open the fog menu, and if you change it to white, it looks so much better right away. So much better. Now, actually, I remember a couple years back on Twitter, the creator of this map, he was working on a patch where I think he was completely revamping the layout and stuff. He was actually live streaming it with some very strange music. So I was looking forward to seeing, you know, what kind of changes he would have, because, you know, it's respectable for a mapper to take criticism and take that criticism to change the map and try to improve it. But I don't know what happened because clearly we never got an update from him. I don't know if he started working on it and then gave up because he thought it was too hard, if he thought the map was a lost cause, if he just didn't care about it anymore. I don't know what the reason is, but whatever changes he made never got brought to fruition. And when you make a community map, you can send your map to Valve and they'll add it in the next update if they approve it. So it's not like Valve won't let him make updates to the map. It's completely on him. So I just don't know what happened such that he stopped working on it. But Whatville, honestly, guys, I don't think Whatville, when it comes to TF2 mapping, the state of TF2 mapping, is what we should be talking about or most concerned about. I think what we should be most concerned about, frankly, honestly, is a lot of what Zesty Jesus is actually saying, right? I know people get upset. You know, I've even gotten upset with Zesty once over the time that I made the video of the SV cheats exploit because he didn't like, you know, my decision. Frankly, a lot of people didn't like that. And I don't have anything against anyone personally for wanting Valve to punish me for making that video or anything. But I'm going to put that aside and take what he said about various summer maps to heart, because I think there's a lot of valid criticism he's made about summer maps and the overall theming with TF2 at large. But that's not something I want to talk about in this stream. I'll talk about that probably in a future stream when we're talking just about community maps, because there's a lot of good in community maps, but there's also a lot of bad. And I think there's some interesting things that I want to talk about when it comes to these summer maps that have gotten added and about their permanent place in the TF2 map pool year round. So that's what I'll say about that. Can you speak a bit about how Fong shading works? I mean, I made a whole short about it, but it's a real time in terms of directionality when there's a light source nearby and you walk up to it. Like right now, hold on, let me go into, it's kind of hard to see right now, but like on my pistol, technically my Luger morph has Fong, and it's really hard to see. Oh yeah, I can do it in first person, right? When I go near this light, you see how there's like the Luger morph doesn't just get brighter. There's this sort of like specular component to it that you see, right? That specular component is the Fong highlight. And the Fong highlight is real time. It is accurate for the most part to where the light is. So if I'm on this side, right, the left side of my Luger morph has that specularity. If I'm on the right side, for the most part, or if I'm directly under it, it'll be from up above. So I guess to answer your question, that's how Fong works. It's a real-time way of simulating specular highlights on reflective surfaces. And it's very cheap, and it's very effective in TF2, because TF2, you don't necessarily need your reflective surfaces, like the Luger morph, for instance. You don't need that to be reflecting the world around you. Having it just reflect light sources is sufficient enough. But even with that said, Fong is very outdated, and there are newer, better methods for real-time specular reflections. For instance, Blender's viewport has their own thing for that. That is a lot better than Fong, like more accurate. But TF2 is very old, and at the time, Fong made a lot of sense, and it's held up to time. It's very cool, and there's a lot of parameters you can use to control the behavior, the size, the angle in which the specular highlight is rendered. It's very cool stuff, and some people have requested that I make a separate video about Fong, which I might do in the future, because Fong is really cool. And the guy who made it, Bui Tong Fong, the legend, he died after his paper about Fong and never got to see it used, I believe, in Team Fortress 2 and see the future development of CG in general. But it's great because before Fong, we had other shading models that were so much worse. Like there's garage shading, which looks like crap. And there's like another one that also looked bad. Fong was a very important development and was used in TF2. Okay. That's what I'll say about Fong. Unreal Engine 5 or Source 2? I haven't talked about, or I haven't looked much about Unreal Engine 5. I watch videos time to time, but I've done a lot of practice in Source 2 and learning about Source 2. There's a lot of cool features in Source 2 we don't have in Source 1. However, for you mappers out there, you might already know that the creator of Hammer++ recently released an update on like Hammer++'s 5-year anniversary or something, where they added something called hotspot texturing, which I might make a video on in the future because it's so cool. So I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a special way to texture surfaces that takes into account orientations and scale and everything. It's pretty cool. Right. Source 2 is more optimized than UE5. I can't say because I don't know much about UE5, but UE5 is like the standard right now, I think. It's like the most popular, the most comprehensive, feature-rich game engine with accurate lighting and everything. It's really awesome what I've learned about it. I did not see your fact. Please ask again. Alright, one more map, guys. One more map that I should review or talk about or whatever. Please ask in the chat. Hello, Dave. Whatville again. I mean, is there anything else with Whatville? I mean, where this NG is right here, you can kind of clip into this thing for whatever reason. He didn't add a clip brush here or whatever. That's Whatville. Brickyard out of the question. Yeah, I don't look at Brickyard. Hydro? Now, if you want to know about Hydro, ask Mega Scatterbomb. He has his own custom MVM thing on Hydro. He's always in Hydro, so you should ask him. He probably knows more than me about that map. Or I shouldn't say he does know. Phoenix? Phoenix. Okay, maybe Phoenix. Citadel. No, I want to save the summer maps for the next stream. I don't want to talk about the summer maps yet. Alpine, Egypt. I think. Badlands. Keeping your secrets. No, I don't have any secrets. I just want to keep that to its own separate stream. I want to, like, do a little bit of my own research, formulate my thoughts before I go out talking, you know? I don't want to crash out spewing nonsense that I didn't take time to think over, you know? I want to carefully analyze each map and create a well-informed opinion that I can then discuss on stream and hear what you guys have to say. Show the steel bug in spawn. No, noobing. You have to make a video about that. Make your own video about that. I don't want to spoil it. In any other Source game except TF2, bullets pass through compile past bullets. In TF2, the only thing... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with TF2 and that. It's weird. That is correct, Mode. That is correct. Alright, one more map. Come on. One map. Phoenix? I do have a Discord, yes. In the description of the stream, there's a link to my Discord. Phoenix, Borneo. All right, let's go to Phoenix. So many people are... Wait. Why did that not work? What is Phoenix's name? What the heck? Did I delete it? I think I deleted it from the server by accident. Because in order to update the server, I had to delete some maps. But it should have reinstalled the maps when I update. I'm sorry, we can't look at Phoenix. I gotta fix that. Sawmill. Banana Bay. Gmod? I don't play Gmod. Alright, let me look. Let me see. Is there a map that I want to talk about?
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't worry. I'll try to look at Phoenix next stream or something. Frontier! How did I forget about Frontier? Alright, this is the last map. And I'm gonna go ahead and open Frontier and Hammer as well. Because Frontier, I mean, that's what all the content has been about lately. It's been about Frontier. Okay. All right. So Frontier is
Begins in 60 seconds.
another interesting map because I was told that it was made, there was like a academic paper or something that was made alongside Frontier, like something to do with how the mapper was trying to be like scientific about its creation or something. I'm not entirely sure. I just remember something
Begins in 30
something like that being the case. And here it is. It's in the game. You got a nice little... Clearly, he knew what Valve was doing on Badwater and added his own Rock 005 right here on full display. I actually used AI on this rock to make it look realistic in one of my shorts. When generative AI became popular, I took like a bunch of TF2 screenshots and ran them through AI to create like cursed realistic, you know, as if TF2 maps were like realistic locations. It's pretty cool. I recommend you checking it out. It's pretty weird. The Banana Bay ones are actually, they look kind of cool. But yeah, the Rock 005s, there are realistic Rock 005s in that video. So Frontier. I've talked a lot about this in my shorts, how the light comes through both the ceiling and the wall with this roof right here. That's because of the way that light maps work and the fact that this roof right here, I've got mode, right? This part of the building is not culled by this roof. So the light right here, it gets interpolated through the roof and shows up on the other side. With this is different. Here, there's a skybox brush that is up against this wall. The skybox brush actually casts light onto this wall that bleeds through. This can be fixed by slicing out chunks of the wall so that the light cannot go through it. I showed this exactly in one of my shorts, but this happens all over TF2 maps. This is just a good example of Frontier. So if someone, yeah, there you go, alt. If someone ever says the sun is leaking, this is what they're talking about. This is what it looks like when the sun is leaking. There are all other types of light leaking as well, like over here. This is another case of the skybox. There's actually a brush right here, a skybox brush for whatever reason, poking through this roof. And like I said earlier, the skybox brush, I'm actually gonna show you in Hammer. Let me disable that. So first I'll show this. Here's that skybox brush I was talking about right here. Right. So you can see the skybox brush is sort of like clipping into this wall. So it's casting light onto this wall that's then trying to interpolate through this wall because it's not culled. So literally, by taking this skybox brush and like dragging it up, like right there, I think this problem is fixed by like that alone. Maybe this one too, you can see some skybox here. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Over here with this building that I was just in, let me hide all this garbage. Area portal. Why is there even an area portal up here? No. Here you can see the skybox just poking through. And this is casting that light onto this wall that we were seeing in game. This can easily be fixed just by going into the clipping tool, and then you would open it and then clip it so that it's aligned with this roof so that it doesn't poke through, and then the ceiling is dark as it should be. Okay, back to in-game. Who is cheating? No, he's not cheating. He's not cheating. He utilized an in-game map exploit. There you go. All right. He entered through right here. Yep. Yeah, that's another thing. This is one of few maps. You can do it on Borneo as well. Where you can clip through the displacement wall right here, get to the other side, and then he like walks off or something. Yeah. He goes underneath, and then he's under. There we go. You can do it on Borneo as well. That is something that can be fixed on the mapper's side of things by adding a no-draw brush on the other side of the displacement, so that if you clip into it, you get stuck in the no-draw and you can't, like, keep running and go under the map and stuff. It's advised that you do that with Halloween maps that have the Minify spell, because you can exploit the Minify spell to do that in lots of locations. And actually, there is an exploit with the Minify spell that Noobing, the guy who did this, I believe he'll make some videos on this Halloween. It's kind of game breaking, but it'll probably get fixed as soon as he starts making videos on it. Alright. Next part of Frontier. There's something about this door that you can open. I believe when blue starts spawning here, I believe red can continue opening this door or something. Right? Actually, let's go ahead and capture the cart real quick. I want to test this. Alright guys, let's go cap the cart. Welcome back. Beans, beef, broccoli. How do you join? The server IP and password is in the description of the video. Hey, get off. There we go. Whack him with my rock. There we go. All right. So now blue spawns here. I'm going to change teams to red. Make sure I have God mode so I don't die. And I should. All right. Yep, you see? I can open and close the door. Now, I've actually never looked at that. Like, tried to see why. But I'm sure we can find the answer right now. Alright. Okay, there's two triggers here. One of them is filter red team. Okay, one of them's filter red team. Okay, you can't see the hammer menu, but... So, I actually don't want to look into this right now because you guys can't see the properties menu when I... Oh, black screen. Hold up. You guys can't see the property menu when I stream hammer. But there's something screwed up with the triggers. Maybe I'll make a short about that later. But there's another door that's more interesting. That's this door over here. The one that people never even go to, that some of you probably didn't even know existed. Right. So this door is it supposed to be open right now? I mean, this is technically normal behavior with it at the top right there. But is it supposed to be open? Anyway, you can actually lock this door based... I made a short about it actually. When the payload captures this point, I believe, this door closes or something, and I believe blue players can open it from the outside. But I swear the door is supposed to be closed right now. I don't know. But anyway, you can lock the door and basically make this like room, only like you can only enter and exit this way. So you can place a teleporter here. All you gotta do is stand in front of this door to open it from this side as a spy or whatever. when this point is captured, then the door will force close and it'll stay locked. It will not reopen. So then you can place a teleporter right here to have your teammates flank when you're on red, to flank around, and it's basically like a one-way exit. I do it sometimes. It's not like really that game breaking. It's just like a little quirk with the map logic that you can try to exploit. Yeah. There is another thing though I want to show you. This is, you need to be sniper. Well, you can technically be soldier, but it's best with sniper. Yeah, don't cap yet, please. Actually, do what you will. All right. Someone on blue, try to cap right now. I want to show you guys this. Well, you guys get the idea. You can shoot through this windowsill. This is really useful if you're on blue and you're a sniper. Oh. There we go. Yeah, because this frame right here, this is a prop. And for whatever reason, the mapper disabled V physics on the prop. So its collision mesh is not being used. So there's no collisions. So you can shoot through it. That was not a headshot, but I got one somehow. So you can exploit this as a sniper on blue to like kill people on the platform. It's kind of busted. But that can be easily fixed in 2 seconds in Hammer. In fact, I'll show you. I'll fix it right now. Real time fixing TF2. Literally. Not figuratively. Watch this, guys. You see this? Look. I click it. Oh, great. You can't see the properties menu, but pretend you can see the properties menu. There's a setting that says collisions. It says not solid. I can click on that and turn on use V physics, and then it's solid. Then I would just have to recompile the map and it would work fine. But you can see when I hide this, you can see this is the gap that you can shoot through. You can do it on both sides. For some reason, the glass pane right here, it actually extends through the frame to the top and bottom, but not to the left and right. Wonder why that is. It's almost as if the mapper wanted people to abuse this, huh? Okay. Oh, there's also a really cool little seam shots in a short. I don't know what I just showed you. I believe I already have. You can do it on Pier as well. With Pier, there's a spawn door that you can shoot through the frame. There's another cool thing you can do right here just for fun. Watch this. Look at that. You see how I just casually jumped up that wall right there? Yeah. Oh, I got stuck in it somehow. But yeah, you can do that. And it's kind of tricky to do. I'm actually surprised I got it on my first try, so I'm not going to embarrass myself trying to do it again. But yeah, you can do that. Yep, you can jump on all this stuff. This isn't really that game breaking. This is fun. Do any of you guys remember the exploit where you could kill yourself here and the snack attack, you see, would latch onto the train like that, and then you couldn't push the train anymore? Yeah. Good times. That was fixed quickly though, I believe. No, I'm not invisible. I just have God mode. Alright, is there anything else left on Frontier?
Why is the cart not moving?
Oh yeah, you can stand up here. This is a pretty good spot, especially if you're a soldier. Because if you're a soldier, other soldiers cannot hit you while you're up here. Because there's nothing for them to shoot. You can just walk back and forth like this, and they'll miss you. Teletrap? No. I have not.
Is supposed to move forward.
There's also a spot on this side. You'd think this is useful. Right here. On this roof. You can stand. And that's because... Back to hammer. Turning on clip brushes. Look at this. For some reason, this clip brush goes out all the way. This one does not. So that leaves a little space right here where you can stand on. Now you'd think this would be useful if you're like a red demo or something, trying to like kill people, pushing the cart up here to cap. But it's like, by the time they're already here, it's like they're already right there. So if the cart was like further down, it needed to be further down, like if the track went out farther, it'd be more useful. But as it is right here, it's just a little cool spot. Whoa, you can shoot that way? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Hold up, let me see if you can abuse that. That's my way of thinking. Did I find a glitch? Can I abuse it? That's my way of thinking. Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty crazy. Only problem is you can't really see people walking in when you're up here. It's sort of like blind. You can see people that are standing there, so you could trap that spot, but then you'd have to charge the stickies. Yeah. Thank you, Jasky. Thank you. Your Steam account got hacked and lost it, so you're a free-to-play. That's unfortunate. Make sure you went through Steam support. Exhaust every possibility. Good night, Crow. Right. Any final questions, guys, before I end the stream? Do I have any plans to... Hold up. Crap, someone asked. Do you have any plans to work more on Source 2 mapping? I would like to, because I like Source 2 and it's pretty. And if the possibility arises in the future, because I think it... I can't say for certain whether it would be okay, whether Valve would be okay with it. But you know how, like, people tried doing the TF2 Source 2 on SN box, right? And that it was a problem because it was redistributing Valve property on a third-party service. Well, with Counter-Strike 2, with the workshop, that is on Valve's own service. So if you redistribute Valve's content on a Valve service, is that against their terms? Will they take... Well, that was an accident, Purple. I'm sorry. By the way, congrats again, Purple, on winning the giveaway for the hot dogger. But as I was saying, I think it would be okay if we did TF2 Source 2 on CS2 with heavy usage of scripting. I think it could be okay. We can definitely make the maps. There's no question about that. We can have the maps. We would just need to somehow import the models and then the game mechanics somehow, which could be really glitchy. I'm not sure. I believe right now, like, custom like assets, like weapons and stuff is like weird. Like you can only override existing ones. You can't like, I don't know. But I think at some point, if it becomes more developed, the scripting or whatever for Counter-Strike 2, it could be possible to make TF2 Source 2 and Source 2 in CS2. It could be. It's worth considering or worth looking into, I think. Because if we can't have TF2 Source 2 on any third-party platforms, well, let's try to do it on a Valve platform via a mod or a plugin, you know, with Valve's own game, not just engine. But Max, the thing is I released Junction, or I guess Junction is different because Junction, no, but Valve owns Junction, I think. So the guy who made Junction, his name is Sean. He also made Borneo, fun fact. And I believe long ago, mappers sold the rights to their map to Valve. Oh, thank you, Noobing. I believe Valve sold the rights, or mappers sold the rights to their map to Valve. So a map like Mountain Lab, for instance, even though it was community made, Valve owns it. A map like Steel, I don't know though, because again, community mappers can still publish their own changes to these maps. I'm not sure. Because if Valve owns Steel, or Junction, right? And I released Junction on the workshop for Counter-Strike 2, then Valve has not taken it down. And would that mean that it's okay to upload TF2 maps to CS2's workshop? You see what I'm getting at? And if that's the case, if we can upload Valve-owned maps onto the CS2 workshop, why couldn't we upload other Valve-owned intellectual property on the CS2 workshop? Or include it as a plugin? Or I guess a plugin might be different, because I remember like on Surf servers back in Global Offensive, I think they even have it right now, you could like type !WS like that, and you'd be able to like pick your own knife and skin or whatever, but I think that was technically against like Valve's terms of service or whatever. So it might be like something to do with that. I don't know. I really don't know. Can you make a stream with Zesty Jesus? I don't know. I'm not a big streamer. Like, this is my first stream in many months. Like, many months. But it was fun, and I appreciate all you being here. This has been great. And I'm very thankful that this channel reached 100K. Not out of pride, but out of the fact that you guys enjoy my content. That what I make actually can put a smile on people's face, can inspire people to go out and create maps of their own or get back into map making. That's just great to see. That's what this is all about. Server's English, right? Yeah, server is English. I think your junction map is small enough to Valve to ignore. Maybe. I don't know. It's all up to speculation what Valve would allow. I mean, because remember, Counter-Strike had that thing, right? Classic Offensive, where they actually had permission from Valve for many years. But then right when they were about to release it, Valve pulled the rug from under them and said, hey, you guys can't do this, right? There's no saying. Valve could just, out of their own will, decide, hey, we don't care if you had permission or whether this was technically okay. We're gonna tell you right now that it's not okay and you have to listen. So that's unfortunate, but they have the right to do it. Fun fact, Koth demolition transporter boats are nailed to the sea. Well, I'll look into that next stream. We'll definitely look at demolition. I definitely want to look at demolition and Aquarius. I think those... Aquarius is like one of those maps where it's like, I mean, the water thing, that's just crazy. Like, we'll definitely look at that. Offered to help with maps back. Yeah, I recognize your name. I recognize your name. That's crazy. It's good to see you're still around. Can you do your YouTuber voice again? Maybe next time. I mean, aren't I already talking in my YouTuber voice right now? I don't know. I know my voice in my videos isn't very great. Like, I get plenty of comments saying, "Why do you talk like that in your videos?" It's just how I talk. Like, I try really hard to try to sound like as normal as possible, but it's just a struggle for me. It's difficult. I try my best though. Just know that I try my best. And I actually, after I record the audio for my videos, I open every single track in Audition and I remove all of the pops and clicks and weird noises, weird mouth noises, so that when you hear my voice in my videos, it sounds as good as it can be. I'm very conscious about that. I'd like to see more streams. Yeah, this was great. We'll have another stream in a couple weeks or so for summer. I think that's a great idea. And I might even, you know, have another giveaway. I'll buy, maybe it won't be special, or maybe I'll create another Rock 005 sign and have like just a little giveaway just to, you know, make your guys' time worth it. Like, I want to give back in that way. So yeah, Max, it's no problem. It's no problem. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We hit 100K. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this, because, you know, life is life, things happen, but for the foreseeable future, I'm still gonna be making content, and let's see how far we can take this. I look forward to seeing you guys later. Maybe we'll have some more events like we used to in the past on custom maps. Maybe I'll have another throwback event. We'll see. All right. Once again, thank you. And to the giveaway winners, I will get right to DMing you and getting the items your way. All right. I love you too, Lynn 2002. And that rhymed. All right. Peace. Or thank you for watching. This is LED.